A stream?
Yes. What's that? Well,
I've never heard of it.
Yes, streaming. You may have heard your friends talking about it at school. It's the quickest gateway to ending up a criminal. But how does it work?
Oh my fucking god! I feel like that needs to be recorded now. I feel like that kind of joke needs to happen now.
Well, see, I mean, I'll leave that on the VOD, and then if anyone is just like, hey, you know, do a thing with that, I'll be like, okay. I rarely put anything on, like, my basic, like, shit YouTube where I watch things from, but, like, sometimes I'll post something weird that has to do with Life City lore, so it's gonna be, I'll eventually do that. That's something I feel like I'll probably sit down and do one day, along with my massive 9-page document of like why everything revolving around like satire isn't actually funny. You know?
Yeah.
That's a whole work cut out for me where it's like I could use an editor if I'm ever gonna do this.
Oh yeah, like I feel like talking about satire will necessitate like the need for a video editor because that's also, you know, extremely a video essay style topic.
Oh yes. 100%. Can I go ahead and what the... You see, I'm looking at this like, what the heck was I doing again? Right, I was pulling up music. I am a genius.
Genius.
Genius. I am genius. There we go. A little bit of music. Cass Makes Games. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, Cass.
Getting the chill vibes music going.
We got the chill vibes music that I am personally not hearing right now, because instead I am hearing Kirby's stream course.
Absolutely. It's always fun keeping track of where everything's coming from. Like, who's hearing what? I don't know. I'll just let the natural progression of what I think to do naturally happen, and it'll probably sound great.
I mean, yes, it will.
Absolutely. I'm also gonna maybe turn this down just a little. There we go. Alright. And I will ask, oh hey, Hexagon Witch, Evie, welcome, welcome. I want to ask, are we both audible? Do we both sound okay?
Yeah, are we audible.com?
Are we the one-stop place for all of your audible whatever needs or whatever that is?
Yeah,
is that
like
us?
Audio books, I think?
Something like that.
Amazon
Don't have time to read, severely dyslexic. We're both audible. Yay, I did it. I'm a genius. I've had to do that more on the fly, but it works. I'm happy. This is gonna be fun. I really love this game so much, and I've been looking forward to, like, I mean, I wanted to ask you for a while, but I was just like, no, she's too big. She's too important. What the hell, I'll ask.
Oh my god. Here's the fun thing. Here's the fun thing. I am not. I will say, like, the platform I have, very grateful for. I am also a big dipshit and love to just, like, hang out with people regardless of, like, platform size, because that doesn't matter at the end of the day, because you're fucking cool.
I'm very the same. Yeah, because, like, that's the thing. If I always tell people, like, wishful thinking, but if I ever ended up in a position where I had, like, beyond germo levels of people, that's not fun. Like, I want to still talk to people. I want to, like, talk to chat. I don't want millions of people to send, like, random words at a noise box-generated thing. I need to be... Like, I need that sense of community of talking to people.
Same.
If I ever lose that, it's not fun anymore. It's just... I'm just playing with people judging me. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah, that doesn't become fun. That just is like, no, that's the ultimate parasociality, and I extremely try not going for that because it just feels weird.
Yeah, you become one of those people who, like, an early YouTuber and, like, were making their own websites and putting cameras all over their house, and it's like... But just for video gaming, that thing that you did to be alone and enjoy it. But, like, there's a performative aspect of it that it's like, I need to be putting on a show and being funny. This is my place to, you know, when you're in a duo, like, you know, on my other channel, I'm just talking normally and giving room for stuff. And even when I have guests on, like you, I need to learn to shut up. But when I'm playing by myself, I can just talk about nothing and make dumb noises and bark in the dark for 3 hours completely alone, because I like to just let my mind do whatever it wants. And it's so fun.
It's so fun. It is honestly, like, that's the ultimate thing about doing any form of streaming, and like I also used to do podcasts as well, so it's like leaving space for people to, you know, react to what you're saying, but also just being like, okay, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? Whatever the fuck comes to my brainstem immediately.
Precisely.
Like, is it going to be something about, I don't know, whether or not to combine these two words together? Green and orb? Sure, Grorb. There we go. You got
Perfect.
it. Now suddenly it's a joke.
It is fun.
Comedy's just that easy.
Comedy is better when it's stream of consciousness, really. Just letting it let the brain rot kind of spill out of both ears and have a good time.
Exactly. My brain is rotten.
We live now. I forgot to make a post on my own goddamn Discord. I'm a genius. We live
It's okay.
now.
I have done that so fucking much. Also, I misheard and thought you asked if you were both edible. Here's the thing about that. This is not like that kind of content stream. That one you have to go to like grubhub.com/.
I will say I do follow a Vtuber just purely out of curiosity. Sass let me know they existed and I'm like, oh, they're pretty chill. All right. The stomach cam is a little weird, but you know, I don't judge.
I don't judge either. Like, I mostly just wanted to like turn what was expected to be a Vor joke into a Grubhub joke.
I mean, that could work.
Yeah, grubhub.com/Vortuber. It's the new promotion. Like, what's the Vor version of HelloFresh?
Hello Flesh.
Yeah.
I mean, that writes itself.
You know what? God damn it! I just stopped. I didn't think of that before.
It's all good. I recently made a better TTV, a little emote of like Trevor James, because when I'm on stream, I obsess over this man who just loves food like a child seeing the sun for the first time, and he is so pure and I love him. So every now and again, I'll just be like, what's up, guys? Today, we're going on a floating islands of Kirby's dream course for 3 dream courses of food that will tantalize our taste buds. Now we're embarking on a mini golf feast. Let's eat. And whenever I do something like that, it's just like, yeah, everyone can post to Trevor James and go, hey, easy breezy, you're being dumb. And I'll be like, yep, that was the plan.
Yeah.
That was always the plan.
It's always the plan, you know? Like, there's a reason why Mothman is the communal boyfriend of the Cat Cafe.
There you go. Alright, so everything is sent in, everything's looking great. I'm gonna move on over to making us visible. Here we are.
Whoa!
Hello, everyone. Howdy, howdy. I'm loading, look at me.
You're doing it.
Yeah, I'm really glad that that you know, a lot of the weight of the streaming stuff is being taken care of by the Switch. I recently tried at one point to run a computer game. It was Fortnite. It was that Sass wanted to play Fortnite one time, and I realized, oh, I can't run this game and be streaming at the same time. That's absolutely impossible. But hey, oh my god, it's the Pixel Mavericks too. Hello,
Pixel Mavericks. There's 2 of them.
Yes, in fact, I must, we must introduce you. First off, hello everyone, my name is Breezy, welcome to Easy Breezy TV. You are in the garage of the GGs and we are here to do some spray painting. My friend here, we have a guest today, a wonderful, one of my favorite VTubers, ProxyGlitchcat. Please, say hello.
Woo, hello. Welcome to the garage. Where's your Lamborghini?
Oh, my Lamborghini? Well, the important thing about getting to where I'm at from where I was is having a giant bookshelf full of Lamborghinis.
Ah, okay. I understand where you're coming from, but have you considered 47 Lamborghinis?
47? That's a lot. But then, you know, I would suffer from rich person syndrome, I bet, because then I would be like, well, I could have 50. Man, it's near 50. There's probably people with 50 Lamborghinis. I don't have that. That whole, like, the mental illness that comes from having way too much money.
Yeah, that's true. Just be like the rest of us and collect N gauges.
Absolutely. See, I could never own like a fancy car though, because it's like having that really fancy pair of shoes that you never don, which, again, guilty. Yeah. Is that you never use it. You would never take the damn thing out because you don't want it to get scratched or keyed or run into something. So you're like, it's just here. I have it when I need it, when I never actually drive it.
Yeah, I'm actually even like that with like dresses, where I'm like, oh yeah,
I'm the same.
Yeah, it's like this dress didn't even cost me all that much. It's just a bit more expensive than some of my other dresses. I can't wear it ever.
Yeah. I'm so much the same. I need to force myself to wear my cute outfits when I go out because I'm like, if not now, then when?
Exactly. If I can't look like a goth slut now, then when am I going to look like a goth slut besides all the time? Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. That's my thing. I'm getting back into it. I'm getting back into dressing like a slutty cyber goth, and I am loving the revival of that. We don't ever want to be stuck back in the 2000s, but we can borrow its aesthetic.
Exactly.
One of the few good things to come of it. And I'm going to give you a shout out here as well, because if y'all are not already following Proxy, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? What's going on here? So let me go ahead and check this out.
Thank you. Like, if you ever want to see some of the dumbest handheld games you've ever seen, I do it all on hardware.
And it's very fun. She's a wonderful hostess. You will love it. I even like, I will say the psychological horror of when you were playing that garage game was like, I had to sit a few streams out because I was just like, I can't handle this right now. But the ones I could were fascinating.
Oh yeah, Garage is like one of those games that I went on like a ramble fest about it to one of my girlfriends like a few nights ago, where it was just like, yeah, so this might be one of my favorite games I've ever played. Do I want to play it again? Probably not. Yeah,
that checks. Well, hey, let me go ahead and I'll move myself over and we can begin the game. Pop me on over here. Yeah, right, the game we were totally gonna play. I remembered. I can still kind of see me ticking around here, but you know, the computer be wonky. It's whatever. I can actually also probably close a couple things. No, I already, yeah, no, what? No, yeah, everything I don't need is actually turned off. So, you know what? This is the smoothest my motion's gonna be. The world can deal with it. Today is just gonna be a little bit chuggy. Maybe the computer's downloading something. I don't know. But I'm ready to dive in.
Going to computer.
Dying Sunset, welcome. Morel, hey, how's it going? I'm so glad to be back. It's a good time. We have some fun today. We're gonna play which one do you want us to start out on, like the first one? Are we gonna try and like blaze through it?
Let's start through the first one, because, like, it has been a while.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'll go with the default settings.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I hit something wrong. Me, big smarty. Oh, now you win! Okay,
no,
yeah, we're just gonna exit. Okay.
This game goes.
It does. It goes ham. It's got a really nice soundtrack too, where it's just like ba 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 da 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 da. I love that. I love that about it. Good luck for it.
It's Kirby isometric golf, which means that it's a good idea.
Yeah.
As an aficionado of weird sports games. Let's see.
Yeah, I guess the only other like really isometric game that I played a whole lot of, other than like when I had to play Sonic Blast, was which, oh my god, what a headache. It was like Marble Madness and like old stuff like that. But this is the one that's really stuck with me as for isometric games, and like the soundtrack gets stuck in my head once a day. It's all there.
Yeah, honestly, like, I don't play a lot of, like, okay, these days I play a lot of isometric games. Probably because nowadays I play more than just JRPGs.
Yeah, JRPGs are fun. They can be a real-time investment, though.
Extremely.
Like, the only one that I tend to go back to a lot and actually finish is, like, Chrono Trigger. I play that, like, once a year. But, like, every now and again I'll be like, oh, Secret of Mana! I remember that being good. Or, like, one of those games where you go back and you're like, all right, there's, like, 3 puzzles of trial and error to stretch this game out. That, like, even with a walkthrough, you're like, where am I? What is this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
Usually, like, replaying a game like that is just like, yeah, oh, here's all the padding.
Yeah. Like, here it is.
Did you play Sonic Labyrinth?
Ah!
Yes.
And I'm dead.
Oh no!
There I go.
I can't believe she died. My stream now.
Oh no. Kirby golf, pretty much, yeah? Pretty much, yep. Yeah, this is,
Kirby golf.
We're mini golfing, but we're the ball. It's a painful experience. You see, Kirby is actually in hell.
Yeah, Kirby explicitly lives in hell.
Yes. Dreamland is his own, like, the inside of his head trying to convince himself that he's not, you know? Lady Linalia, welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follow.
Oh, hey, Linalia.
Looking pretty good, to be honest. Oh, yay!
Yeah, Dreamland is hell of our own making, but we love it anyway.
What's this? Can I pet the ball? I don't know.
Can I pet the ball?
You can pet me. I think I have a redeem for that.
Whoop.
Honestly, I have too many redeems for my own good, if I'm being honest. Alright, let's see if I can do it right this time. It works, yay! Yay. Ow. I just got hit with an anvil. It kind of undid the scritches, you know, I was really zoning out, really vibing. And then, just stuff happened. It's good when multiple things happen at once and it's like, you know, there we go. And then like VTuber Plus kind of wakes up and it's like, yeah, there we go. Now everything's working right. Now everything's running. Yay. Thank you so much for the pets. And Pooch, oh my god, it's Pooch. Welcome, welcome, Pooch. Have you met my friend here, ProxyGlitchcat? Amazing handheld gamer. Is extraordinaire, like, does that transcend gender, or is there like some feminine variant of that? I never know.
I feel like it transcends some form of gender.
Yeah, because like extraordiness doesn't sound right, and even then, a lot of those, much like, you know, actor, actress, waitress, are like we kind of, you know, we of feminism are like, you know, do we really need that? And so we're always innovating, always.
Forever innovating. To be a VTuber is to be stuck in a in a cycle of head pats and head trauma.
I've never heard it put more perfectly, but that is 100% what's happening right now.
Oh, extremely. Like, I mean, on my own channel, I very rarely have stuff like anvils dropped on me, but I do get bikes thrown at me.
I like the abuse.
Yeah, same.
And people like dishing it out, so, you know, I got my work cut out for me, I do.
Extraordinaire as if they're an Aussie. Oh, no.
I didn't know that. I really love listening to, like, one of my favorite dialects is, like, listening to, I think it's Super Eye Patch Wolf. Is he the guy who's just like, however?
Oh yeah, he's super, super Irish.
Irish, that was it, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, God, he's delightful, he makes really good videos. That's another thing, I'm shouting out Super Eye Patch Wolf, someone who doesn't need a shout out. Check him out, he's fun.
Super Eye Patch Wolf. Somebody who I have definitely spent too much time watching the video essays of.
You and I both. Oh god. Oh no! What have I done?
Oh no!
I think I heard the emulation of like the music kind of slow there for a minute, like doo-doo-doo. Like uh-oh. There it goes. I actually recently downloaded the zip for the someone made like for the Game Grumps, they made like a particular ROM hack of this with like tons of levels on it, and I'm like, one of these days I'm gonna break that out and mess around with it with someone.
That actually sounds like a great time. Hold on, let's see. Ah, there we go.
The pools are where I really start running into trouble. The water level, no one likes the water level. You know, it's the best soundtracks and the worst physics of every game. It's tough.
Yeah.
I feel like Super Eye Patch Wolf injects the existential crises into his videos. This is maybe needed after you've watched a couple. Yeah. He really does put it into all of them. But like, I also kind of love how insane he goes about things where it's like, even if it is filtered in, that's a branding. I think we're all kind of losing our mind, even within our own interests and our own little nerd sets of things.
Yeah, we're all losing our goddamn marbles, and you know, sometimes the hyper focus is poison.
Yeah, and the poison that we cope with also kind of helps us traverse those things, which are a lot. They're a lot. We're dealing with a lot.
We truly are.
So much stuff.
Why is there so much?
There's too many. There's too many stuff. Whoever's in charge of the stuff, could you turn down the stuff a little bit? A little less stuff. Thank you.
Nah, damn.
If we could dial back the stuffometer a bit. Well, that's not true. A stuffometer would, like, measure the level of stuff. It wouldn't really, like, what would we call the thing that creates the stuff, though? I'm not sure.
It's all, like, you gotta think about the stuff, but also you gotta think about the 1985 horror movie, The Stuff.
Yeah.
Starring, who the fuck, like, Scott Bloom?
It's funny, I don't know any actors because I, like, never watch movies, so then once I know someone from a show or a movie, I'm like, it's that guy! It's him! It's the guy from The Thing! This is giving me Boss Baby vibes!
Oh my god!
Love that meme.
My god, this is giving me such Boss Baby vibes.
And the only movie you've seen is Boss Baby. Man, some real Boss Baby vibes. I actually use that to refer to, like, how everyone, like, I haven't seen the Mario movie yet, but I remember, like, the outrage of that was like, ah, this sucks, it's horrible. And it's just like everyone who wanted to see a Mario movie was like, it's great. I don't know what they're talking about. But the reality is that the people who watch that, who are film critics, who are gauging a children's movie the way that they saw Schindler's List, are like, this isn't Schindler's List. This isn't a masterpiece. I came to see the Mario movie to see the greatest that cinema has to offer, and this isn't Grave of the Fireflies. What kind of animated movie is this? And it's just like, dog, you chill out, it's a Mario movie. Can they at least...
This isn't Persepolis.
Yeah, like, could they at least be decent enough to, like, yo, look at that, swish. Could they at least be decent enough to, like, thank you, to call out, like, okay, look, if you're going here to see a Mario movie, you'll like it. Everyone who was worried about it, who wanted to see it, has reviewed it as, yeah, it's great. Few too many pop songs filled in for no reason, but, like, it's a Mario movie, it's good.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Also, too many pop songs, that's just Illumination.
Yeah, that's their thing, is where it's like, why are you bothering to put in the ingenious, like, you know, like, oh, you made these orchestrations of these memorable songs, and that's so cool. Why is there just, like, these old, like, dated songs that you have the rights to shoved into here? And I wonder if there's something to do with their contract that, like, makes them do it? I don't know. Because it just seems out of place in that one, especially.
Fair bit, honestly.
It's just like, you did the orchestration, you created the universe, and the one thing that took everyone out of it was that. Oh, yo! Faison sent in, welcome to Easy Breezy TV.
Faison.
Thank you for the follow. Watch one of us get our butt kicked. I actually don't know who.
It will probably be me.
Because, like, I'm doing really well now, but that could flip so hard.
It could flip, but also I am not very good at Kirby's Dream Course, so it's going to be very funny.
Fair enough. So we'll see what happens. Let's see, let's see if I can close a window that I don't need, and I'm not sure if I can.
Easy breezy TVeasy.
Absolutely. It's exactly what you see, Z. Okay, I'm gonna go the route of Jerkwagon and do some of this. Boop.
I can't believe you're gonna be a Jerkwagon.
I know, me, of all people, how could I? I'm gonna close this window here, actually, that doesn't need to be running. There we go. That looks a little better. There we are. Yeah, you know what it is? I don't usually have up my stats on this computer. So, like, when I had up the stream manager, it was just, like, showing me a live stream of the video. I'm like, no, I don't need that. That doesn't need to be happening, ever. MK Cyborg, welcome. Yes, it is Dream Course time.
Apparently says you're still playing Doom.
Oh no! Thank you, Owen. I will fix that right now. You know, it's funny, like, just the way that the announcements work, it's like, It shouldn't keep the info from the last stream. I'm never playing the same thing.
This is Doom. What do you mean?
Yeah, this is Doom 2016. Y'all didn't play it? What are you talking about? This is Doom exactly as I remember it.
This is Doom 2016, exactly as I remember it.
This is the isometric golfing Doom, and it's a good game.
The isometric golfing Doom is where things really started going off the rails, and you know what? I love that for it.
Kirby is an eldritch abomination. He is like the one thing that could take on Doom Guy, and like the thought of him wearing his helmet is really cute, actually. Probably a lot like Samus when you think about it.
Doom Guy is a lot like Kirby. And if you want me to extrapolate on that, I never will.
Fair enough. You don't owe it to anyone. Sage of Magi at that. Hope y'all are doing well. You as well, Sage. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We are definitely having a good time here. Ow, bucket. I'm so sorry. I'm like so caught up on like what was I? There's something I was trying to moderate here, and I don't remember. It's fine. Play the game, Breezy. Let's put me down here, and I'll steal your star like a jerk.
Have a good one, Pixel.
Okay. Oh no, for sure. You guys have a good stream. Pixel Mavericks are good too. I'm gonna shout them out too. You know what? We're shouting everyone out today. We're all sharing the love here. Let me real quick here.
We gotta.
Yeah.
Or else we get fired.
If not us, then who will?
If not us,
oh no,
then...
I spelled that wrong. Did I? Mavericks. No, it did. It went through. Yay. Awesome. But yes, y'all have a wonderful stream over there. Only difference is you pick your death, a hilarious gun or a nihilist gun. a nihilist gun or a nihilist gun, yeah. It depends. We're playing more super lesbian animal RPG. Few things make me happier than watching the VODs of you two playing that, because, like, I very much enjoyed that game. I put on a show when I played it, but you two appreciate that game like Trevor James enjoys food rangering. Like, it's amazing seeing just... I can see the glow on your face when I hear you, and it makes me so happy. True animal RPG appreciators, the Pixel Mavericks over here.
Wonderful.
Yay, yeah, it's so good. I like with that and like you know, Pizza Tower and stuff, like so many great indie games have already come out this year. Like I played Pizza Tower twice. I never dive back into a game and play it again immediately, but I could not resist. It was so much fun.
It seems it.
It's definitely a good time. I enjoyed it very thoroughly.
A friend bought me it, and I'm like, yeah, I should actually, like, play it. And
yeah, you know.
Forgetting to.
Ah! I'm kind of blocking the way here, I realize. That was not intentional. Shame Twitch doesn't let me put lesbian in my stream title, even though the game title's totally fine. You know, I'll be real, like, I just put it in under the game, like, what's the genre, and you need to put in, like, the game name. It lets me get it from that catalog, but I had to use something different as my title as well. Yeah, I just have to get really, really creative, which I like making dumb shoutouts to, like, you know, like, I like to call every title of a game something, like, funny and weird. Because, like, I'm not just gonna be like, hey, this game, playing this game, part one. I need to start with, like, a really bizarre name for it and just change the naming convention once I export the VOD. But I think it was something like Super Sapphic something simulator that made sense. If I can...
It's weird. I think it might have something to do with, like, platform, because, like, I never got censored for... Like, I never got the word lesbian censored when I streamed it.
Weird. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird. Twitch is weird.
Magambo, welcome. Have you met Proxy? I'm an Android and I have a malware on my platform. I'm okay. We're gonna be fine. This is nothing bad happening here.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be
good.
like when I was with Lanalia. Don't worry. I'm not gonna make you play Engage games today.
This isn't another, like, thing with that, like, modified Bonzi buddy that crashes your entire computer. This is a friend. It's a friend.
Oh, MK, I'm not a partner.
Hmm?
Oh, it's like, might be a partner thing, like a Twitch partner thing. And I'm like, nah, I'm not a partner. I will never be a Twitch partner.
If I ever get to that point, I'll have to be like, is it worth it? I don't know. Something about it just kind of separates in a weird way that I'm like, I don't know if I even want that.
Yeah. It's like, almost firmly addressing, like, Twitch is my job.
Yeah, that's my goal, but if it's not fully paying my rent, I don't want to dedicate too much to it.
Exactly. And I know a lot of people who are Twitch partners who still have, like, you know, extremely lucrative and fulfilling actual careers outside of Twitch.
Yeah, if I was to do this from like the perspective of someone doing it as a living, like I couldn't do that and a job at the same time. Like I would have to pick one. But like, yeah, it would have to be very on my own terms if this was ever my primary job. I'd have to be like, okay, I'm setting limitations here for me and for everyone else for the sake of everyone's sanity.
Hey.
Sorry. I forgot that that's what that switch does.
Listen. You're fine.
I did it.
I'm very good at this game.
You're doing great. You're doing better than Jay did, I'll say that. Shout out to Wife City. There's a little channel, a tiny little channel. Let me shout them out right now. I'm enjoying Cloudbot right now.
Never heard of them. Never watched them. Never.
Yeah. They're some old friends of mine. I hear that they've streamed once now and again. Let me just Wife City. There they are. Yeah. There they are. They're so freaking good at Valkyria Chronicles. Look at them.
Whoa, Valkyria Chronicles.
Oh, thank you for firing off that shout out, Evie. Take me down to Wife City where the wives are obsidian, the pretty are city. Something.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, girl, that's the verse.
Yeah, everyone knows that song. Something to the Wife City where the wives are pretty and the streets are city. Home.
Alright, so let's see. Aha, I see. Okay, I see. Okay,
Somebody hacked your phone and stole all of your porn. Da, 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 da. I love this song. How's Doom? Doom's going great. That's what I was doing. I was changing the stream info. Thank you. Yes, where are my docs? Show me my things. Where's my stream information? Let me take a look at that. Doom, this is not. We are playing Kirby's. That's Kirby's with a K. Dream Course.
This is Doom.
It's normal Doom. Suddenly I need spoof lyrics to continue that. I'll do what I can. Alright, so I got that. Box. I'm stuck in a box. It's dark. Where am I? God, no, damn it.
Isn't it my job to get stuck in boxes?
I think we both have an issue with boxes
that's true.
It sets us into this whole thing where it's like, I need connection with people. Ow, my head. I need connection with people, because if I don't have that, then I'm just in a solipsistic nightmare where I don't know if anything is real, and I can't do that.
You know, that's fair and valid. I just need people to tell me I'm pretty.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I don't just need people to tell me I'm pretty.
Ow.
I also need all of your money in the bag right now. This is a stick-up.
Same. Yeah, so we're both actually here to, I'm not the real Breezy, we're both malware here to take your money. We're ransomware, actually. Let me pull on the... I'm just gonna leave it as Rip and Tear Until They're Dead in Minecraft. I'm not even gonna change the title. We're gonna keep that the same. And that's like Kirby's Dream Course.
Yeah, like that's the perfect description of Kirby.
I think so. Yeah, this game, it's very cutthroat. You know, it's very intense, very extreme.
Yeah, like, this is very Kirby Angry Eyebrows.
Yeah. Very American branded Kirby.
I'm not even mad that I am, like, getting my ass handed to me, because I have been trying to make trick shots, and they're happening somewhat.
No, yeah, like, every now and again I'll do something in this game that, like, just really blows my mind, because I'm like, man, I haven't played this in forever. I'll play it, and then I do, and I'm like, oh, damn, look at me.
Kirby's Dream Course is serious business. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you lose, you die.
Yeah. Basically, we have to rid our hard drives of our entirety of our information, and then we're dead forever. Inverse rule of happiness applies. The more the characters smile in a game, the closer they are to a psychic horror. Yeah, psychological horror really comes from that. If anything's too saccharine at the beginning, you know it's coming, 100%. Just like, okay, so when are they all dead? And then, like, that gets into the theory I have of, like, what's it called? I love... And here's the thing, my partner hates it, but I love watching videos of people who do those, like, oh, the dark read of, like, this game or this show, because it's all the same thing. And it's like, I love watching them pretend that things are deeper than they are. And it's just like, all of the Rugrats are dead, actually. Welcome back to Mysterious Happenings. Today we'll be looking at some of the darker reads of your beloved children's shows. And it's always something dumb like that. Doug Funny is in a coma, actually. We see Doug Funny in a moment of consciousness walking into the gaping white void as he looks up at his name. That's me, he says. He remembers his dog Porkchop, who enters into the scene as well, but it's not long before darkness falls over that title screen. And then he goes into a bizarre dream state wherein he tries to piece together his life. You'll notice that being a cartoon, weird things are happening. And if he can't get a grip on what's really happening in his world, he can never come back to it. This is only a theory.
Really thinks you make.
Yeah, this is only a theory, but it definitely is one that keeps me up at night. It's like, no it doesn't. You know it doesn't. But I love them just because they are so predictably horrible. Makes my day.
It's predictably horrible. It is also delightful.
Nobody does care that much about Doug Eevee, except Faster. Doug Faster. The Tiger handheld game. Doug, faster! Faster, Doug! Faster! There are two buttons.
I do want to be able to press a button that just is capable of making Doug go faster.
Oh yeah.
You have a button to Doug and a button to faster.
Yeah. You know, I think that's true. I don't even think Petty Mayonnaise has ever really cared about Doug. She's just kind of there too, and he's just like, oh gee whiz, that's Patty Mayonnaise. She wouldn't care about me. Well, shoot. I don't know though. I fell off around the Disney era. Yes, I watched Doug until it fell into Disney's hands. I was the one person watching it, keeping it alive, and I'm sorry. Kirby is fucking dead. That's him. He's dead.
I have never watched Doug. All I know about Doug is Doug and Faster.
Yeah, Doug Faster. Faster Doug. That's the thing. I tried to revisit it just like a while ago. It's just like, let me go on a nostalgia dive. Let me see what the shows I watched are like. And that was one of the just least entertaining ones in the world. It was just like, nothing's happening. Like, I was a lot more interested in what this middle school kid had going on when I was an elementary school student, but now I'm just like, I couldn't care less. I'm rooting for Roger, and I was bullied as a kid. That says something. Yeah, Roger Doug is a boring kid with anxiety. And you know, maybe that's why I initially really clicked with it, but it's so... Hey Arnold is way better than Doug, I agree. Did you ever watch Hey Arnold?
I did not. I didn't have cable until I was, like, in high school. So it's like, I missed out on a lot of the nostalgic experiences that a lot of our generation had, but I still, like, have gone back to appreciate some of it. Like, I didn't watch Hey Arnold as a kid. I did see some of it as an adult.
Yeah, Hey Arnold is really the one that holds up for me, because, like, you know, when you go back to things, even, like, you know, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy was, like, goated when I was a kid, and now I'm like, yeah, you can really tell this was a kid's cartoon. And, like, even if it's a good kid's cartoon, it's still a kid's cartoon. I'm an adult with stuff to do. I'd rather be watching anime, right? So, like... But, like, Arnold is, you know, it addressed some deep stuff. It got into, like, addiction and mental illness and like, also, someone posted recently on the internet that video of the eating contest where a kid just fucking dies and nobody cares. He's the disposal. Yeah, no, he's just dead. He goes into a diabetic coma, and no one even sends the kid a freaking, like, ambulance. They're just like, hey, Arnold, you won! And, like, no one notices. No parents are there, no friends. Nobody does anything. He just starts bleeding chocolate on the table and passes out, and everyone's like, oh, well, I guess you win. That's it! Why didn't anyone care about his health? What? That was so weird looking at that as an adult. I'm like, no one's addressing this? What? This kid's dead! Nobody cared. It's just so... God, what a solipsistic nightmare that, you know, Arnold lives in. But, you know, it's really charming. It's a really good one.
Like, I've heard... out of what I've seen. Very good. Very charming.
It's a fun one. Hey Arnold also introduced Anglophones to the concept of a tsundere. No, yeah, Helga Pataki is a tsundere. Confirmed.
Oh, 100%.
Still watch the Xmas episode every year and cry like a baby. Oh yeah, that's the one where, like, I mean, no spoilers, but man, what a heavy note there. I remember that one.
That's one of the ones I watched.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
I admit, I went to watch the, like, they did that thing with some of the Nick shows where they, like, released one more episode of it out of a nostalgia thingy, and I was like, alright, I'll watch the Arnold one, whatever. You know, it was okay. It was alright. You know, as an adult watching a kid's show, it was fine. Got a little closure on a couple of things, and it was like, that was cute. I miss Monkey Man, though. Monkey Man!
Oh my gosh.
You also see that show on the like, you know, creepy things in cartoons videos like I was talking about, where it's just like, it's pretty canonical that the pigeon guy commits suicide here. And it's just like...
It's like, no?
Like, here's the thing. If that was to be the metatextual read of, like, bigger art, yeah, this is a kid's cartoon. He just flew away. He's not dead. He flies away. Exactly, he just flies away. Like, this has to be some deep meaning for something far more sinister. No, he's just flying. Oh, hey, you got me.
Oh, hey!
This is where you start kicking my butt.
Yeah, on hole 8.
I'm still stuck down there, like, alright, I'll just catch an Uber, whatever.
I'm just trying to imagine Kirby in an Uber. Which is just like, is this Kirby? Hi! So, where are you going? Hi! Hello?
Is there an Uber out here? Anyone? Please, help me.
I need an Uber!
Or does Kirby have like a smoker voice?
Hey, you going my way there, Toots? Hey, my name's Kirby.
I'm the star of the show.
Oh no, I've been bested again at the game of dice. The missus is gonna slap me around something fierce. I just lost our grocery money to a game of dice. Truly, we are all Kaiji. Except Kaiji did not have a wife. Kaiji was butch lesbian goals the whole time.
Kaiji was butch lesbian goals.
Yeah.
Like, Kaiji is the ultimate, like, himbo you never actually want to be friends with, but you really want to be friends with.
It's so real. Like, he's that, like, I never want to associate with you ever, but also you are my child and I love you.
Yeah, it's like, you are my son, and I am very disappointed in you. However...
However, the triumphs you do make it all worth it. But yeah.
The outtake with Shinji's VA from Evangelion, oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, is this really where it ends?
God, that whole pachinko arc of Kaiji was such a slow and painful ride.
Oh my god.
My understanding is some people had trouble getting through that portion, and I 100% get it, but also I was already all in at that point. I was just like, I gotta see what happens, I gotta know.
Yeah, I mean, like, even then, it's like, what's the most, like, not good arc of Kaiji? Like, literally the first one?
Yeah. But even
and
then,
even
like
then, that's still so good.
Yeah, it's why I never really, like, I sat down and watched Squid Game with my partner, and I was like, this is just bad kaiji. Like, kaiji already kind of addressed this better. What's a kaiji? Kaiji is a really good anime with a gambling guy who is too gambly for his own good. And that sounds boring, but it's actually not. It's like, what if Squid Game, but it was, like, less people and a little bit more, it made more sense. Again, no issue with Squid Game, I just think I would have liked it better had I not seen kaiji already.
I think that's fair.
Granted, I am not wanting them to make any, like, live versions of it, and goodness knows they may have already, but, you know, that never usually goes well with anime. Unless...
I think they have made a live-action kaiji.
That, I would imagine, possibly. At the very least, I know they made one of, like, that mangaka's other thing with, like, the, God, what's that? The,
fucking god, Akagi.
Yeah, Akagi, that's it, yeah. But, like, that... why can't I ever think of the name of that freaking game? What's wrong with me? Mahjong, thank you. We have a Mahjong set here, and my brain just went full fart mode. Was just like, render the name of the game. Come on, brain. Alright, well, if that's how it's gonna be, then fine. Oh, goodness. Squishy! It's Squishy! That was my favorite thing. The American adaptation of Puyo on the SNES was, you know, Kirby's Avalanche, and you got to hear all the little voice stuff for all the characters. They're like, oh, this is Squishy!
Squishy!
Squishy! Pronto, Bert! Yeah, it was a good time. Good time. There it is. Magumbo knows.
Oh my god. I haven't thought of that in ages, and I fucking love it.
Yeah. It's a good one. It's a fun little portion of that game. Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. Kirby's Avalanche. And then I guess, like, on the Sega, it was Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which...
Yes, instead of Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, that was interesting.
And, you know, that got me into Puyo when I was super young.
Oh, sure.
So,
I mean...
Because, like, we were a Genesis household.
Oh. It's like, I got into, I definitely ended up getting into, you know, like, Paneled Upon playing, you know, Tetris Attack, because they reskinned it with a less interesting thing to, I guess, kind of base it off of, like, Yoshi's Island, I guess? I don't know, kind of? But, like,
I guess so.
It makes sense, too, that so much of the music and the graphics initially came from the Magical Girl game, because you go like, oh, that's all this stuff that didn't make sense in universe. I get it now. That's why this was kind of so alien to the existing property, was that they just pasted it on, and they made it easier. How dare they?
Yeah, like, I still fuck with Paneled Upon.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm glad that that's the one that they put on here, on the Switch.
Yeah. Puyo is very skill heavy. I love Picross. It is one of those things that I will do. I used to do daily Picross puzzles, just as like this is how I woke up every day for like a year, was do a Picross.
My partner was very much the same way. She's been on like word finds and stuff now, but not word finds, sorry, crossword puzzles. Very different, but yeah. Requires a little more skill. But, you know, but like Picross, I remember, became the obsession. Though I think that Picross, for me, much like trying to learn how to program, became one of those, okay, I get it, level 3, we're getting there. And then by like the 5th level of difficulty, I was like, I actually don't get this.
It makes me feel like I will probably end up getting programming when I actually fucking apply myself. Instead of just being like, as soon as I see numbers, I scream.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very funny given my day job.
I mean, I'm dyslexic, so it's its own little nightmare to think about. But when it comes to working with music, you know, it was like I made some good music, had some good ideas, never got good no matter how much I worked with mastering and mixing and stuff. And then I got into, like, you know, trying to figure out art. Art is the one thing, like digital art, I've been progressively getting better at since I began. And it's because when I drew things on traditional media before, you know, there's no Control-Z and you can only erase so much before the paper dissolves, of course. But on top of that, like, I never studied theory. I just drew kind of what was in my head, and it never came out quite right. It's like, oh, without all of the ADHD that I had completely hindering me from being, you know, when I was a kid, I just went, okay, I'm gonna actually like read these books by mangaka about how to draw and like learn anatomy, and now I'm kind of good at it, which is really fun.
Honestly, bless that, because
Yeah,
we love anatomy here.
absolutely.
Learning good anatomy. Oh fuck.
My artist definitely loves drawing me in situations. But that's her thing.
Also, if you ever like, okay, Evie, if you ever like crossword type puzzles, but don't want to give money to the New York Times, and want a little bit more of like a logic puzzle element to it, rather than just I know some current events in pop culture, I'd say give Not Words a go. Because it's basically like, okay, every box on a crossword puzzle, like a group of boxes only has a select number of letters to choose from.
Oh. I'm so close, and now I've only made it hell.
You have made it hell.
Yes. As I am known to do.
How dare you.
The Hellbringer, the Doom creator.
Doom gal.
That is I. Which, by the way, for anyone new here, I've been playing through Doom 2016 on stream for the first time, but my favorite difficulty of their recommended hurt me plenty, and I gotta say, as a masochist, it's going very well. It is still hurting me just fine. Doing a little better than my personal playthrough, but it still hurts, and it's pretty fun.
That's understandable.
It's just such a fun game. Eternal didn't do it for me because that was very much like this is, you gotta do it by the numbers. There's like an order of operations with the guns. I'm just like, no, my favorite thing was like refiguring out how can I enter this room and best do the damage that I want to do. And that was the fun of it for me. Like, I don't play a lot of FPSs, but like the modern Doom, when it came to 2016, just rubbed me the right way. It was really good for me.
I need to go back and play more of it. I enjoyed my time, admittedly, of all things for me to play of it. I played the Switch port last summer.
Really? How does that run?
Bad. But like, not as bad as Doom Eternal.
Fair. I can only imagine. Yeah, I definitely... Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. It's just like, yeah, I am very intrigued about like playing even more of this, because it's very fascinating.
Absolutely. I mean, like, we had to rebuy it, though, because, like, I wanted to play Doom on the computer, but again, realized computer game while streaming. We had to get it non-local and put it on, like, the PS4, because it was like, we're not gonna be able to run this at the same time. It just will not happen. And realizing that, it pushed it off a bit, but I think it was a good time for it. I'm having just so much fun reliving that game. It's been a real blessing getting to dive back into that again. Because it's so fun to beat the heck out of demons, too. Like, that's the other thing. It's so, like, fun pattern grotesque as a game. Just slicing through things.
Yeah, like, honestly, I may or may not have spent, I think, a grand total of, like, 2 minutes straight just, like, meleeing a corpse in Doom 2016 because I'm like, this is just so satisfying.
It is. It's fun. Like, the glory kills are great. The way those just like shovel out health and you can just redline through a whole group of them and go crazy. As long as you catch the health pellets, because if you don't, then it's, you know.
Yeah.
Which I've been known to miss those as well. Whee!
I think that's fair, Magombo. Partially why I never got into FPSs.
Yeah, first-person shooters are... yeah. And I guess kind of same, like, old Doom games are, you know, I remember being around there for some of them being played later on by people I knew, but, like, it was hard to follow. Similarly has that old game headachy sort of thing where it's like, it's hard. If you're not used to that, it's a lot. Yeah, nothing more cathartic than some good ultra-violence every now and again. Exactly, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's better to burn that stress off not at the office, and that's where you do it. Sometimes if you can't cleanse the demons in the office, you always have the ones in Doom 2016.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Now, will you be psychotic? Will you be like me, psychotically screaming, "Take this shit from accounting"? I don't know, maybe. But at the very same time, it's a normal demon. It's not the Chet from accounting demon. You're just letting it out. You're just letting it out. Perfectly healthy. I'm fine. Oh my god! What am I doing?
Oh my goodness. I'm totally not, you know, a woman in accounting. I'm totally not.
Well, you're fine. I've never had a problem with your accounting, but I've also never worked with you, so I can't speak for it. I just know that as far as I know, you're fine. You're doing great. Chet probably deserved it. Yeah, screw you, Chet. Can I get a fuck Chet in the chat, please?
Fuck Chet.
There we go.
All finance bros log off.
Yeah.
Hashtag fuck Chet.
Fuck Chet, fuck Chet. There are no Chets here. I will say also to anyone who's hanging around here who wants to use a little who wants to abuse a few fun little I put some emotes down in my information under the info tab on the stream here. I decided to put some better TTV stuff on here, some of which I had to add manually because I was like, I need this. But I put a kaiji one on there. I got a couple of little anime cat girls, you know, just having fun. Just having fun.
Having a good time.
We're just two girls and we're having a good time. Having a good time. Having a good time.
Having a good time. Having a good slime. Having a good slime.
I mean, I do have a slime command. I think because I'm playing Doom, it's currently set to red for blood.
I mean, fitting.
Into the company fridge, my Tupperware got eaten through. God damn it, Chet.
Chet from finance is always going to be the one who is responsible for eating your food.
I always think of that story. I don't remember where I heard it, but I think someone told me about it. It was something that I would very much probably have done myself. It was someone at work somewhere was like getting their food stolen a lot, and they knew how to eat like really spicy food, so they basically poisoned their food with insanely spicy stuff and thought, well, we'll find out who did it. Because the person they knew was doing it wasn't owning up to it, and they're like, all right, fine. Well, then this won't bother anybody, will it? And apparently they did not have a good time. It's just, man, like poetic justice. Love it.
That is some pretty poetic justice. I will admit to have not done that, but I did once make something spicy for myself because I just like enjoy spicy food.
Same.
And somebody stole my lunch that day.
Oh no.
And then they literally came up to me and they were like, why?
And then you said, they're like, that's a good question. Why did you eat my food?
Why did you eat my lunch?
Don't dodge the question. The real question here. Puttius, Lord of the Green. The Cthulhu-esque horror turned Kirby into a golf ball. I mean, that's the thing. He's still Kirby. That's the really kind of like psychologically horror part of it. Is like he's still him. He's just getting knocked around by some force of nature, and it's gotta hurt a lot, I imagine.
Kirby doesn't feel pain.
He creates it.
Exactly.
I went nowhere with that. There we go. Yeah, I spun the wrong way.
Okay.
I missed my chance to blow.
The best of us.
That opportunity comes once in a lifetime, and I blew it.
You know what's a really good idea if someone's stealing your food? You know exactly who it is. Cooking in edibles into your food.
That is interesting. I don't know if y'all overheard that, but my partner was saying, like, you know what would be fun if you know who the person who is eating your food is putting edibles into it? Like,
oh my god.
Can you imagine them being at work? Just having no idea.
And then they're like, I feel really funny.
Don't eat my food! At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Anything you could do to a person, don't eat my food.
Please don't eat my food. I need that.
Why waste that on a jerk thief? Well, I think that's part of the knowing them. If there's someone with, like, no tolerance at all, you know, then, like, that would be hilarious. If they are someone for whom they can put away a bag of Blue Dream, you know, in, like, 5 minutes, that would do nothing and just be good for them, but...
yeah, who would ever do that?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, who would ever do that?
I'll never forget my old hometown. There was in that state, we had a Thai place, and there was a family that ran it. They were wonderful. They made amazing food. And whenever I ordered food there at the spice level that I did, it's one of those places that when you order it at their hottest, you get it, and then you come back and you go, that was really cute, but I meant that. And they're like, oh, okay, you mean business. So whenever I ordered from there, they knew me, and they made it insanely hot. And like whenever I would order it at that level, the people who gave it to me would be like, I don't eat it this hot. What's wrong with you? And I'm just like, I don't know, I got a problem, you know? When I was a kid, like, I was always a hothead. I liked to cook when I was younger because I watched Ranma Half and I wanted to be Ukyo, which I think, you know, IRL, you know, I don't want to break the kayfabe here, but I basically just kind of became her. But she made me want to cook, so I learned how to cook real early. And, you know, my family, everyone cooked, and there was always, like, meals cooked for the family, so we learned about cooking. And basically, I loved hot stuff, so we learned, like, what hot sauces complement certain dishes, and we would go to this, like, kind of upscale grocery store and just buy designer hot sauces and a bag of popcorn. And so we'd put it on there and eat them and go, what would this go good on? It's like, oh, well, this has a little bit of pineapple on it. This would be good in something that needs a little citrusy kick, you know? But, like, I was just eating hot sauce on popcorn when I was, like, 6. So I came by it honestly. I am insane. I eat ghost peppers as a parlor trick, and I am not okay.
Oh, you and me both.
So you know. I am in good company.
Okay,
like,
I think that habaneros are very delicious raw. Like, they are just, like, easy to snack on while you're prepping them. Just don't do anything else, like, until you wash your hands very thoroughly after prepping them. Don't worry about how I know that. It is,
We've all done it.
We've all done it to a degree.
One of those, both watch your eyes, be near a bathroom, don't try this your first time at work. Something like that. Otherwise you will face the wrath of Chet.
Ever tried a Carolina Reaper? In hot sauces, yes. By itself, no.
I don't think I've ever been able to come across one, like, raw. But one of these days I should. Habanero is the hottest I can do, unless I want to die later. That's fair.
If I want to die later, I will just...
Jalapeno doesn't have any heat for me, but I like putting it on things. It's one of those, in the right dish, it adds a certain amount of flavor.
It really does.
That's the thing that a lot of my, like, non-spicy friends have called me psychotic over, is just like, how do you know what they taste like? They taste like hot. And I'm like, no, Nashville chicken tastes like hot, because it's honey and just nothing but, like, you know, cayenne. But, like, peppers all have these unique flavors and lend themselves to stuff differently, and I love it so much.
One of my girlfriends and I, when I was visiting her last year, we made a hot sauce from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like Thai chilies, habanero. I believe we threw pineapple into it.
Ah! No!
Oh!
I'm back in the gutter. That sounds really good, though. I've only ever made, like, back when I had a food processor, I've made salsa, like hot salsa. Never made hot sauce. I need to do that someday.
It's great. Like, and shockingly easy to do, and keeps for a long time.
Oh yeah, like the really hot stuff is great because you can put like 1 drop of that in a vat of chili and it's fine. Like I remember I had to sign a waiver when I first got a bottle of what's that stuff called, Dave's Reserve.
Oh my god,
like
you're right,
yeah, but like after that I'm like, A, do they still do that? I don't know, probably not. And B, like, I don't know, like that lasted me until I basically moved out of my parents' house, which between you and I took a little longer than I wish it did, you know, economy and all that.
Yeah, but economy.
It just started like getting hotter and sitting there and fermenting further into heat, and it was still good. You know, it's vinegar and peppers. It's just a self-preserving thing forever that only gets hotter. And you see that in its truest form. As a joke gift, my sister, who's also really into hot stuff, one Hanukkah, got like a big bottle of Tabasco. I mean, one of those massive jugs of it, because we drenched everything in that. So, as you have a massive jug of Tabasco, nothing needs a lot of Tabasco. It's just a mild flavorant. So as it gets older, it gets darker and it gets hotter. And it's funny to watch it turn into a more sinister sauce over time.
I love a sinister Tabasco.
It is a fun one. One Thanksgiving, my friend made a ghost pepper turkey, and it was real good. That sounds amazing.
That does sound delicious.
I want to try that now. I'm gonna have to make a ghost pepper turkey. I can't remember the last time I did anything like really special for. Oh god. I can't remember the last time I did anything really special for Thanksgiving though, because like I'm completely alienated from my family, like most people. After we all know the election where everything got weird.
Yeah.
But like beyond that, very similarly, so I had nothing to say to these people. I saw them once a year, and they were like, "So you're still you? Yep. What are you doing? Stuff. Cool." It's like I don't know these people. These weird uncles. I don't have anything to say to them. Why am I here? And so like it was always kind of bizarre. But like when I'm on my own, and like even now that I'm with my partner, living in the PNW, convenient to a lot of food, I'm not gonna make a whole turkey. That's a pain in the butt. So I've started making Thanksgiving sandwiches during that day, where I get like ground turkey burgers. You get like some stuffing mix and a little butter, just get some cranberry sauce, and make yourself essentially a Capriati's Bobby, and you're done. And I love that.
I don't do too much these days for myself for Thanksgiving. It's usually a day I do see my family, since it's like I'm relatively close to them.
I fell.
Oh no! Yeah, like I'm relatively close to my family, but like
that's nice.
I also have like 2 Thanksgivings to celebrate a year, given the whole like I'm an American who's moving to Canada thing.
Fair enough. I remember there was that divide of like Hanukkah and Christmas with like different portions of the family, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But it's
like, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's weird when you get older and you have nothing to say to your family, and it's just like, this is really a family of circumstance more so than choice, isn't it? And most of them I don't even talk to anymore, so I'm just like, I got my friends to keep me warm. I don't need family. Who gives a shit? But, could I get along better?
Family.
Yeah, exactly. Could I get along better with my immediate family? Maybe. My sister, love her. Absolutely amazing. She, the minute she first moved out, my older sister, we were best friends. We formed a punk band and we opened for the Proto Men. We did well for ourselves, but
yeah, you did.
Yeah, we're so close. And that's really great because, when you're siblings, you're at each other's throats when you're growing up together, but, what do you know? That is one family relationship that really held up.
I will say the last time I did something super special for Thanksgiving was Canadian Thanksgiving 2021, where I was visiting my soon-to-be husband, and his other partner and his other partner's roommate and I all got together. That partner's originally from Hong Kong, so we did sort of a fusion take on Thanksgiving food, and I did a sticky rice stuffing, a homemade tofurkey, because I don't eat meat, because I'm just like that. I don't know, I'm just quirky like that.
I'm different than other girls. I'm a robot.
I'm not like other girls. I don't eat meat.
I'm a robot. I eat as a parlor trick. I've got a fully automated digestive system, and I just eat because I feel like it. I don't even need it. I'm fueled by G Fuel. That's all I need. But sometimes you want a burger, It just happens. You're also a robot. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Linalia is absolutely a robot.
Yay, everyone's digital in here. I love it. But yeah, when it comes to that, God, there's just so many sticky rice is a fun thing. I definitely grew up with it. One thing I'll say about growing up in the hell that was Arizona, at the very least, they also kind of had like a really diverse level of like, there's all the food. If you know where to go, you can find like a lot of different, genres of food. And so I grew up with a little of everything. But one thing that I really, really love, of all the many things to love in the PNW, listen, if any of y'all ever come to Portland, I want you to look up any location of 50 Licks ice cream. Half of their menu is vegan, some of it's gluten-free, and there is a vegan ice cream that if I had to pick one ice cream, and for the rest of my entire life, this would be the one, and they have it, and it's their vegan ice cream called Mango Sticky Rice. It tastes as amazing as it sounds. It is mind-blowing. It's just stupid good. But it is a do not miss this if you ever come to Portland. Also, check out Ground Control. Really good barcade. Wonderful place. And Quarter World.
Check it out, yeah.
There's a coin-operated arcade still, and it's got DDR. And that's all I care about. The Simpsons game in the MAME cabinet and some DDR, and I am a happy, happy cat girl. Where am I going?
Immediately, I'm
okay.
like, yeah, if there's ever any sort of like weird, strange rhythm game, I will like immediately flock to it.
Absolutely. Rhythm
Like-
games are my everything.
Big Bamani girl here.
Yo.
Like, hold up, let's see. Like, I used to be like very into Poppin'.
Oh yeah. My partner's
these days-
friend actually had a Poppin' controller. They like got a arcade style Poppin' controller and emulated it. It was pretty cool.
Hell yes. Love me a good, like, ASC.
We're just like, hey, come out, visit, bring the Poppin' controller. This is a hard hole to get into. Don't take that out of context.
I'm not making a silly joke.
This time.
Not right now, no. when there's no one live on here to judge me for my actions, there's no God watching. I just spout anything. But now I'm like, I'm gonna pull it back a little. Any of my sex jokes are completely unintentional.
This time.
Right now. Not later. If anyone tunes in to watch me continue to play Doom later, and I'm just, when I ramble, stuff comes out of my mouth. It's just like, okay. Nothing, unforgivably bad. Just kind of like, did she just say that? It's kind of like weird.
I will say, in terms of like rhythm video game, I enjoy dance games. My knees do not.
I see.
So, yeah.
I'm
so
surprised I can
nowadays
down a
it's
beer
too
and
easy.
still play on heavy mode. I don't know how I can still do that. It's just muscle memory at this point.
Honestly, it's the good kind of muscle memory. Like, I can still do some charts, if I were to get drunk and, kinda, sorta, let's just say,
might have
treat my knees like shit for a bit.
for sure. I was going to ask if it had anything to do with the room code for setting this up. Because I know that's...
sometimes it does too, yeah. I mean, like...
it helps, sometimes.
It really can.
This
This is really difficult.
Why are we having so much trouble with this?
I've only had one cider tonight, come on!
I haven't even taken my Eddie today. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm just like, I don't know. But yeah, I think it... Oh my god! I think it really amazes me just how... Oh my god. It amazes me how much I can, still not... that I'm not only better at the game than when I was a kid and played it more often, but that also I can play DDR with that restriction of, with beer in me, and now I'm just better than ever. Makes no sense. Granted, I'm still better now without the beer, but the fact that I can do it, pretty interesting. I want to... Next time I'm out there, the Extreme Cabinet, I think it has Maximizer, but that might have been later. But I want to do So Deep. Learning to do that on the hardest difficulty was probably my peak. I've never been able to do max 300. Still can't do it. Hey, Sass, welcome.
Sass.
Are we winning? No, we have been trying to get into this hole for a very long time. And she's saying, listen, I like us being friends. And we're just like, that's great, but could you also hang out with me then? I don't mind it. Look, you're my best friend. We got through high school together. Random golf hole. But listen, we need to, can you at least text me back in like a month? Like, we're both, we can't get in here. We're having like this Germa moment of complete brain rot where we're like, what is happening?
My brain is completely rotted, but like, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
We love that about me, I think.
I mean, I think that people enjoy me doing it. People still tune in to watch me be an idiot, so I mean, I imagine there's appeal to it, and maybe that's why sadly my most likely full-time career is in game streaming, because I don't know how to shut up, and that's apparently very fun, especially with my levels of ineptitude and misreading things. Dyslexia spells a lot of funny things when you don't mean it to. Of course, that's not stupid, it's just kind of a funny slot machine of words. My stupidity is what's stupid and funny. And that's definitely present in all of my gameplay as well.
Oh yeah, like...
Oh, I have the perfect...
I absolutely, you know, someone who, you know, HRT has definitely bimbofied me.
Oh, same. Yeah, I have gone, like, full Mihoshi. It ruined me.
Yes!
Like, here's the thing, I realized recently that my partner and I are just, you know, Kione and Mihoshi, and I'm like, oh, fuck. This is not something I wanted to realize, but it's real. Like, I am the kind of too dumb for their own good crybaby who has trouble holding a job, and she's, like, the logical one that can actually hold it together, without whom I would absolutely die.
Oh, gosh.
It's like, well...
That's cute.
It always ends like this. There we go, we did it! Yay!
We finally did it! We've been trading the same 4 points back and forth for the last, like, 20 minutes.
That we have. Small victories.
Yeah. Whereas
Okay.
I'm like, with my relationships, I'm more like, you know, none of y'all are dumb, but I will make the dumbest joke.
Yeah, it's okay, I'll fill in those gaps.
Yeah.
Like, I was realizing something I was told the other night made me realize, gosh, when I was dating, what should have been my header on, you know, on Piece of Fish, or whatever it was called, was I should have had a thing that just said as my tagline, they say there's no such thing as a stupid question. I am the antithesis of this. Just...
Oh my gosh.
I ask a lot of really dumb questions, but they're fascinatingly dumb in a way that really makes you think, and you're like, no one should have ever asked that, but now I'm wondering. There's a lot of what-ifs. Also, thank you for the head pats. Head scritches keep me sane. Like no question, even outside of stream. Head scritches, I don't know what it is, but like... Oh no! It's funny that a lot of the power-ups in these levels were designed to screw you over, too.
I thought that was a good play for a little bit.
I had the support bar there. I wasn't thinking, though. That very well could have killed me. That was not planned.
Wait, you think?
I think. Sometimes. Did you say pizza fish? No, pizza fish. P-O-F. You know, the place where people go for the matchmaking.
Oh, yeah. Plenty of fish or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, I actually ended up making my perfect little connection with another wonderful lesbian amazing person through I was using what was it? It was like OKC, I think, which I called OK Stupid, and I wrote a song about it. I think it still exists right now somewhere on my old SoundCloud. I don't know. I'll probably share that on the Vice City Discord where I still operate.
Oh my gosh.
Anyone who wants to hear OK Stupid, I wrote a song. I operated far after my punk band.
I definitely did not survive on dating apps. Like, let me be frank about my experience on dating apps, right?
Yeah.
I was in a let's say bad relationship for a very long time.
Oh
and
no.
when I got out of that bad relationship, I was like, you know what would be a great thing to do? Try out this dating app thing.
Yeah, you know, just totally normal.
Totally normal. And finding the most totally normal people on the planet.
Totally normal.
totally not going to result in me still passing as a dude at the time with you know, as soon as I uploaded a picture to fucking Grindr, getting sent a spicy photo from a gentleman, me literally screaming at the top of my lungs, and then throwing my phone against the wall, then deleting my account and deleting the app.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That is my only dating site and app experience.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, there's definitely that alienation, and like when I had to kiss a lot of frogs. The people I did meet were similarly the very just like unhinged or just like non-committal weirdos, and some of them were well-meaning enough, but just we didn't want the same thing, and there were those divisions. But you know, I'm glad I did, because I met my wife. I had to ship her in from California, but I got her, and I mean, you be together for like 6 years, you get through COVID lockdown in a single room together, and all that does is make you a funnier sort of like blending of the same brain cell as opposed to killing each other. You're probably in for the long run. You got it.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say that it's gonna work out.
Yeah. It's all about communication and not letting things boil into insanity.
Oh, exactly.
The common goal of making it work.
Damn it.
Ah. I'll be honest, I've just mostly been communicating with like chat and talking about stuff. I haven't even really had a game plan for how I'm gonna do this. But I think something like this maybe. A little bit of spin on that. Let's see what we can do. And rock. My experience with dating apps is mostly just getting immediately ghosted for no apparent reason. That happened a lot too. I definitely had like mostly people canceling on stuff, and I think like I've talked about it with someone recently, but like I had sometimes, like especially once you like get into like the trans dating scene, there's like everyone is like extremely polyamorous, and if you're not looking for that, you know, like me, I was one of those rare people that's just like, I just want someone to love me. I need security and to know what's happening, and that just seemed too daunting for me. But like, if it's not that, it's like you meet people who are so a lot of them were very inexperienced with sex, and I had, you know, even pre-transition, been to a lot of parties where with friends that just turned into orgies. So, you know, I understand being better versed with plugging things in and everything, but like I met some people who are just like, this is almost like I'm with a child. This is gross. Like, stop the baby talk for like 5 minutes. Can we pretend we're being adults here for like, oh my god. You know, it's just like, I get it. Ooh, haha, yeah, but listen, stop, okay?
I mean, like, yeah, as someone who is in that, like, extremely polyamorous side of, like, trans dating, I will firmly admit, like, there is a lot of immaturity there as well.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of people who will say they're poly without knowing what they actually want, which is...
yes!
Which is usually, they want a connection.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's funny, like, it's really sad to see that, like, you know, people who... Yeah, it's not good for the visibility of people like yourself who are, like, good at it and, like, know what they're doing, that so many people do it wrong and it makes it look such a mess. I think that everyone else that I've known in my life, like, especially everyone I've known in person who's been in a poly relationship has, like it was someone introduced a third to become their second and ghosted the other one. I've known some wonderful friends for whom that has happened to them on multiple occasions, and they have been like so understanding about it, and then just been like thrown. It's like, no, like I trust my wife to the ends of the goddamn earth. Every now and again we talk about like, oh, what if we threw in a third? That might be fun. You know, we're not in a rush to, but if it ever came up. But I can only ever remember like seeing that go haywire, and I'm just like, man, I wish that there had been some better experiences for me to see that done well, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I tried monogamy for a long time. Like, I was in a 7.5-year-long relationship.
Oh yeah, that's...
And... bleh.
Yeah. If that didn't work out, that's a lot of like, I'd like to start sampling around now.
Yeah, and shortly after that, I then started dating, like, a a girl who, you know, is basically like my primer on polyamory, and now we've been together for almost 7 years.
Oh my god, Owen says, my most memorable dating app experience was going on a date with someone I met through Tinder, and about 2 hours in I realized that they, American, did not know how to pronounce my name, and I was too embarrassed to ask. Oh, they were too embarrassed to ask. That's... oh my god. God, that... I can't imagine how awkward that must have been of a meal. Oh my goodness. Ugh.
Imagine trying to do a trick shot only to end up with nothing.
Yeah, you know, it's... You have the pride of knowing that you tried, really, and you gotta go with that. You gotta go with your gut and go, you know what? There's pride to be had in that. I may not have done an amazing job, whatever, but I did my best at the end of the day, and that's what matters. Oh, look, it's my biggest fan.
Me.
I love some of these that'll actually, like, sometimes get you caught in a, like, almost permanent loop, and it's just like, did I break the game? A lot of, like, fan pits will do that, where you just roll right back into it at just the right speed, and it's like, I might have soft-locked Kirby Golf. Ah! Too little. It was too little. I didn't do enough stuff. Also, shoutouts to Owen for being here as late as it is over there right now.
Yeah, goodness.
A real trooper. The best to ever do it. Hey, Lochnar, what's up? Welcome to the... an interesting take on an attempt to golf by both of us here. We got ProxyGlitchcat with me today, and we're both trying to Kirby golf right now. Trying to being the active. Oh no! It's not what I wanted to do. It's not what I wanted to do. It's not what I wanted to do. No, Kirby. No, for the love of God, Kirby. No. Stop proving my point, Kirby. Oh no, Kirby.
Listen, Kirby does what Kirby wants, and what Kirby wants is chaos.
He wants an eternal hell of spinning forever. Spin eternally.
Yes. I'm glad that you understand.
I mean, you know, he could inhale a god. There is no limit to what he can consume. He is too powerful. We just live alongside him and hope he doesn't kill us. I agree, Evie. Kirby golf is the only ethical kind of golf.
Kirby golf is the only kind of ethical consumption under capitalism.
Sure, okay.
Kirby is the only kind of ethical consumption under capitalism.
Yeah. I mean, we're still paying capital for it within the same system, but also, hey, it's Kirby. It's the little dude. We love him here.
I was just meaning Kirby as a mechanism.
Oh, okay. Ow, my face! And back into the spikies.
This level's mean.
Huh? Yeah, no, this level is either over in like 5 seconds or 10 minutes or more, depending. Oh, IRL is in real life, but also the international short code for Ireland. Oh! Interesting, I didn't know that. Okay, because I always kind of read that as in real life, but I didn't know that. I learned something today. Whereas I tell people, hi, I'm from near Canada. I believe that was the freeze pop thing that they used. That band was like, we're from near Canada.
Freeze pop from near Canada, when it's like, they're from fucking Boston.
Where it's like, you know, I don't know, there's some cred in being from Boston as a musician, right? So, yeah, it's fine.
I mean, as a musician from Boston, there's some cred. Not a lot, but some.
Yeah. I know in my home state, anyone from there is very much from there. They do not reside there. But, like, anyone of note basically left. And now if anyone asks me anything, if I accomplish anything here, I'm like, nah, I'm from Portland. No, don't need to ask about the god-awfully humble situation I came from. I don't want to relive it.
Yeah.
Like, there's something stanky about coming from Arizona that's just like, you parasite, get out of here. It's like, no, I'm one of the good people. Everyone there who's like a racist schmuck, it was like my problem too. That's why I left.
Alright, the fact that Kirby lets you use him as a golf ball is either a sign of boundless goodwill or utter derangement. Why can't it be both?
I do think it's both. I could see that. Krakow.
Krakow.
It's Krakow. Oh my god, is that Krakow's music? I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. Oh my god, is that Krakow's music? It's you again.
Did I win every single one of those?
Yeah, all of the dice rolls you have 100% won.
Well, that's my luck.
Except one that I accidentally backed out of early on, but that was on me. I think this is the game punishing me for that, going, you know what?
It happens. Let's see.
Time to play a funny joke on the streamer and make her lose all of the dices.
I just wanted to play some dice and have fun. Why?
Oh, you wanted to have fun?
I know, right? I mean, weird game for it, surely. This floating island of happy, checkerboarded golfing, with a friend, we're enjoying ourselves. How is this fun? But I thought maybe we can make it work. And the stream is still young. This could become fun at any point. You never know.
You never know. I mean, I am having fun.
I am too. Like IRL, I'm having a lot of fun.
Hell yeah. I am having fun for real right now.
No!
Oh no!
And there I go. Still having fun, though. Having fun falling to my death, but having fun nonetheless. It's like Pilot Wings.
Oh, exactly.
I tried to play that. I saw that was on the SNES collection recently, and I'm just like, how does this hold up? And it does not. Here's the thing. Games have too many instructions now. That was one of the rare examples of too little, where it's just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, the controls are not here. I'm trying not to crash a plane. I feel like I've been put in, like, level 12 of flight school without even being given a handbook. I'm gonna die. And I usually did. Like, that's a lot to put on a person who doesn't know how to fly yet.
Want to have fun? Roll for enjoyment.
You roll a 1. Depending on what this is a campaign of, you might have screwed yourself over, or you are having the most fun. Depending.
I am absolutely having the most fun.
Yo. Happy to hear it.
Ah!
I like to think I run a fun ship here. Oh no! And all of my guests, like, die on camera, but other than that, it's...
Well, here's the thing about dying on camera. You know what? At least if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna get attention.
That's fair. And I mean, it's kind of funny, this is gonna be a really depressing thing to bring up on stream, but we recently lost Ryuichi Sakamoto, probably one of the greatest freaking musicians ever. And both my partner and I were, like, torn asunder mentally processing that. But, like, I never got to see him live. That is probably one of my greatest regrets. But, like, he has said that, like, art lives forever, people are temporary, but the art is forever. And that's how I want my VODs to be. When I'm dead, keep making compilations of me and laughing at me being an idiot, and let that warmth be what sits in your heart. Don't worry about me. My parts will grow completely. I am built with electronic parts, all of which are basically manufactured to fail over time, and the BIOS won't update anymore. But the memories will be there. You'll remember me reading something with my dyslexia and go, ha ha, funny robot girl, and that'll make your day a little better. And I love that, and I love that we still at least have, the art from people who aren't still here, and it's all, that's it. Shout outs to that. Do things that when you're alive that will make people miss you when you're dead. That's basically my general, like, life goal, is leave people wishing there was more. I don't want to be one of those good riddance things. Yeah, if you've ever been to one of those funerals where it's just like, Chet, why is it always Chet? Chet was a guy, he had a family, he wore shoes, like, no one has anything to say, but, like, I don't know, I feel like when you've had an audience of really any size at all, even no matter how small, like, if you're entertaining people, you're gonna be missed. And that's a really fantastic thing. I want to go out missed. and I want to be a good person. You know, I'm very much, obviously because of who I am, on the right side of everything when it comes to, like, you know, human decency, and I'm fun. And if people remember me as being fun, that's all I could ask for.
It's all any of us can ever ask for.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yes, Evie, the ones like that where you go to a funeral, it's just like, oh. Well, I mean, we should say something nice. One of those ones where even the priest looks down and he's like, oh.
You sure about that, buddy?
Straightens his tie. Oh, I'll give it my best. Oh, this is Chet. I'm sure that at some point there was someone who looked down upon this man and went, yep.
He's a guy, alright.
That's a guy, alright. That was Chet.
That's one that sure is a dude.
He may have stolen our lunch, but he also stole our hearts. That's not true, but also, has anyone seen my lunch? And they look in the coffin, and somehow from beyond the grave, he's like clasping onto the priest's lunch, and he's just like, one last time before he went.
One last time, with feeling.
Absolutely. Except no one felt
about
anything.
It being too spicy because he put sriracha on it.
There's just a note, too spicy. It's like, oh, Chet. A, how, and B, how dare you?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's totally normal.
Totally normal. God.
Chet will be spending eternity in hell.
Imagine being a poor bastard who gets, like, possessed by the ghost of Chet.
Oh my god. Oh jeez. You just start, you can't control yourself. You start eating people's food and everyone kind of wishes that you would leave. And it's like, oh man.
You start talking about expense accounts and, like, you know, P&L, and you also start talking about, hey, did you catch the game last night? Which one? You know, all of them.
The one.
The one.
I think this is your go.
No, it's yours go. It's your go.
Is it? Oh, you know what? With the little thing in front of us, I was looking at the line coming from you. I'm like, is she gonna... Me big smart brain. I've got to... Hold on, I have a sound effect button for this. There we go. Now. My bad.
It's okay.
My favorite Breezy stream is the one where she had on a guest and sat doing nothing for a long time. There we go.
It's okay. I often, on my own guest stream, sit around and just let the guests talk. And I'm like, yeah, this owns. This owns.
That's my thing too, though. Whenever I work with someone, I'm like, I want them to talk too. I can steal all of the noise wall myself when I'm by myself. I like conversation.
Same. It's one of those things that's, like, severely underrated. You know, the game. What's the game?
We just fell for it, yeah.
Yeah, like, listen. I grew, like, we're basically the same age.
Yeah.
So it's like, I grew up in the mid-2000s. We heard it too much.
Uh-huh.
Heard it at anime conventions until I stopped going to anime conventions.
Yeah, basically once I was an adult who would have had to pay my own way in and wasn't just shoehorned into it by my family, I just didn't go anymore. I was like, it's crowds, everyone's sweaty, and half the things I want to see are gonna get canceled. I don't really care. But, you know, I live in my favorite city in the States right now, and it's because I fell in love with it 20 years ago by going to a sci-fi convention, so, you know... Little things that were an important, informative part in my life, I suppose. Why not?
God. Of course there was. I used to, I used to do panels at anime conventions, and that's why I went until I was, like, in my mid-20s.
Oh, for sure.
It's like, basically, whenever I would be a panelist, it's like, oh, I don't have to pay to go to an anime convention?
Right? Just show up for the things you need to, and it's a free ride, and I think that's what got a lot of people to them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you want to talk about, like, some conventions that, like, a lot of the guests who are supposed to show up don't? Zony conventions. Arizona? No one wants to be in Arizona. And oftentimes, very late in the game, people will realize, I've got a panel, but I'm not going to Arizona. Screw that, it's too hot.
I can understand that.
No, yeah, I didn't want to be there either. I just wanted to go to a con, but, you know, have some fun in hell, but, you know, whatever. A testament to man's arrogance that anyone lived there. Phoenix. Everyone, don't go. It's bad.
Yeah. My twin brother nearly moved to Phoenix, and I'm like,
Oh.
are you sure? Are you sure, my dude?
Listen, if twin brother, if your twin is listening, don't
he's
go.
not.
Don't go. Don't go there. You will just don't.
We are not his type of VTuber.
Fair enough.
Because of course he's turned into a weeb since you know, I moved out and became a girl.
You know, I mean, it's funny thing too. My sister also, like, actually after I had come to the realization, had apparently been hiding it for longer than I knew. And I have a sister, so it's so great. Like, it runs in the family. Sometimes it just do happen that way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I did not grow up with any sisters, so it's like certainly an interesting experience, but like, you know, both my brothers have been pretty supportive about like having a sister now, and that's really chill.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing too. Even like pre-transition, like she was just like, no, yeah, I know about that. Like half of my friends are. That's so cool. Like, hell yeah, that's like, you know, this is basically that really cool kind of futuristic body modding that we've always read about. Like, this is a really cool concept, and I support you 100%. And my folks were, I mean, it wasn't for political reasons. They were just kind of, they didn't understand it, and it was just kind of weird and about them, and I'm just like, guys, shut up. Like, listen to my sister. She's smart. She knows. All right.
Conventions just kind of sound like hell. Depends on the convention. I still go to furry conventions, admittedly.
I probably should at some point.
They're fun.
Yeah, I imagine it would be like, you know, the spaces that I mainly hang around on the internet, but with actual people. However, now that I've been meeting so many people I already know on co-host just by showing up in similar, like, you know, events in VR, I'm just like, well, this was the easiest show I ever came back from after a DJ set. You know, I could have a few drinks. I didn't have to drive home. I don't know. The idea of operating in VR isn't that bad, as long as you're not operating on any kind of god-awful metaverse sort of situation. But, like, you know, VR chat has a lot of, like, really great little venues for setting up musical events, and it's just as good. I like it.
I
but
do
if
want to get my ass into VR chat still.
Oh god, same. Like, everyone is telling me, like, oh yeah, you have a VRM, like, you can just, like, it's like a 1, 2, 3 step into doing that, and then you look it up, and it's like, okay, so you have to download this thing, and then downgrade Unity, and then you use Unity at this level to do this, and you download these files, which sometimes operates this thing and pulls up a window, and I've downloaded, like, 3 software, and I'm just staring at a computer screen, like, what are you talking about? But if I could just throw me into it, I'd love to. But listen, I got 200 crisp dollar bills for anyone who can just put me in VR chat so I don't have to worry about it. I can't. I cannot figure it out.
I can't either.
I'm totally smooth brain when it comes to that. Like, I do not know 3D rendering software. I don't understand. It is this weirdly gate-kept science how to get into VR chat with your avatar, and it's like, I don't know why it's so hard.
It's a bit of a headache, yeah. And also finding somebody who can do, like, you know, a retexture is going to be very interesting. But also at the point that I'm at, I should probably just, like, look into commissioning a full-on, like, higher end model for certain VR chat shenanigans.
Fair enough. I know that's what, like, you know, Sasquatchulus did that, and, like, you know, because, you know, she's similarly kind of in the 2D. She's a 2D girl. A lot of people are into that, you know, like, y'all got the manga crowd for you. And me, I was just like, no, I need, like, the giant bouncing girl titties. Also, I couldn't afford a 2D one. However, I don't know, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty competent with my art style now. If I ever wanted to make, like, a 2D variant to pull out now and again, I possibly could. I've drawn me a lot. Let me
I know some artists who are like very much like not about doing live 2D rigging. So
Oh, wow.
Oh, fuck. I just wanted this level to
Are you
end.
winning?
I know. I don't know if either of us are winning, wife. This is... We have been trying to get into the past 2 holes for a while. It's just one of those things.
Awkward things at the orgy.
Oh, absolutely.
Ah!
Everyone, the ambient noise of my wife, say hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I can't hear anything being said.
They can't really hear you either, so that's okay.
Great.
Let's see. What was this? I think my last attempt was successfully modified model, successfully uploaded VRM, jaw cannot move whatsoever. Oh no! Lochnar says hi, wife. I did it! It's over! We did the level!
Congratulations. You kicked my ass on this hole.
I've finally done it. I did the thingy.
That was only the first one.
Yeah, oh no!
Yeah!
Here we go. No, wait, hold on. I have a button for this. There we go. Let me do a little of... Thank you, Hexagon Witch. I too believe that this is quite the time to celebrate. You see, I've done the unthinkable and managed to actually sink one of the holes in this game. Go figure. That's the funny thing too. I thought I was actually like fairly decent at this game, but now I'm realizing, God, when I'm holding a conversation, my brain goes completely out the window. But I like it that way. It's more entertaining.
It is.
Like, if you're not actually speedrunning a thing, watching someone just be good at stuff is like, so, whatever. I don't care. Who are you? You're no one. But when I'm talking to people, they're like, hey, you're nice. Your tits are bouncing more since the upgrade in Vtuber Plus, and I'm finding you very entertaining, and that's really great.
You got the most talent.
Talent.
In a Sailor Jupiter sense, yeah.
Talent. Yes. So let's see here.
Wait, you're good at a video game? Boo!
Yeah. It was funny. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, that's partially like what a lot of people seem to think of when it's like, oh yeah, you say you stream video games on the internet. Clearly, you're good at them, and it's like, no, that's why I stream them.
Yeah, like, you have me confused with someone at AGDQ. I am a Twitch streamer. I play a variety of games at very varying levels of not well. And I am more of a conversationalist to hang out with. I am a personality. I am not a skilled at gaming person. Even if you played video games your whole life, you don't have to be good at them. But I think there's that assumption sometimes, like, oh, you game on the internet, you must be brilliant. No, I'm not. It was funny that you were talking about, like, we're talking about just like that, the Sailor Moon thing. I remembered shortly after I came out, I met a collective of people, and like one of them was like, hey, let's do this like Sailor Moon test, like, which character are you? And it was not very well put together. It was very much this was made, of course, for like, you know, the 12-year-olds who are going to do it. But we went through it, and it was just like, you've read a book before, you're the nerd, you know? And it's just like, you're the dud. And it's just like, no, I mean, because I show up when I mean to on time doesn't mean that I'm not smart. I didn't get good grades. I'm nothing like her. I would be flattered if I was anywhere near her level of skill. I'm not.
Yeah, like, it's like, I don't think people who made personality tests back in the day, or even like, as recently as 10 years ago, understood what a personality test actually means.
Yeah. Like, they mean so little even when they're scientifically designed and made with some level of competency that if you're not even gonna go for that, like, why even? I don't know. But I've thought of doing, like, some of those tests for a stream sometime, just going through. Because, like, I've done, like, tier streams before, and those can be a little bit cumbersome, but I'm like, I just want to do those dumb personality quizzes. I think it would be fun, just to see what it says.
They are fun.
Yeah.
And also, I love doing tier lists. The more ridiculous tier list, the better.
Yeah, like, I was watching back some of the ones that I've done, like, you know, with my partner. I was looking at, like, some stuff that Germa did, and I was watching it going, I think I figured out what it is that I like about tier streams, because, like, everyone has a different opinion. It's all whatever. It's all subjective. It's kind of whatever. but like for me it's that like people will die on a molehill of a mountain over the dumbest shit. Like it's how much we under capitalism grew to like artificially love something we probably haven't had in like 20 years. And it's just really funny. Or just like, don't you fucking talk shit about Total. Burger King is the best. Like, and these people have not had it in like forever, but just like, if it's the thing you did, if it's the drink you drank, if it was Surge, how dare you put that below Dr. Pepper? And it's just like, I don't remember what any of these things taste like. I haven't had dark soda for like at least 20 years now.
Yeah, I mean, I will admit that like when I want to do a tier list these days, the suggestions I end up accepting are things like when I was streaming Grim Grimoire once more last week, my partner who's sitting right behind me, shoutouts to Theo. Theo's a lovely bean. He gave me the prompt of rate how good of a ska band these Vanillaware gamecasts would make.
That is interesting.
So it's like, okay, I have to find a Vanillaware game tier list and then edit it so that way it's about ska.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's my turn.
I've fallen so behind on chat. I am so sorry. Evie was saying, I will stream this game for 4 hours and I will be dog shit at it the entire time. That's the spirit. Exactly. And yes, tier lists are stupid funny if ridiculous. But yeah, no, that really is just like the golden medium of that is just there are these weird things that we are just like, man, I remember being in a hotel room eating a whole bag of these chips, and these were the chips. If you didn't love these chips, like, I'm banning you from chat. And it's just like, you get these like weird artificial, but also kind of weirdly genuine things where you're like, oh, I'm standing up for capitalism in a gross way that I did not even realize. And it's those weird little personality traits that come out there that make it unique.
Well, yeah, like the little corporate scanning, for lack of better phrasing in this case.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, ride or die for Dunkaroos. Like, the fuck? Didn't think anybody would be ride or die for Dunkaroos.
Yeah, that's like, even on the realm of like a cookie, to me, that's pretty mid, pretty lunchboxy, you know? Pretty like this. Like, this is the fruit snack compared to an actual candy of cookies. And there are people for whom there are many fond memories. Oh no! Yeah, I think the secret of that one is just hitting the same direction, but it's so easy to like panic left and right and go, oh no! Every time I do that.
I just panic.
Oh yeah. Panicking fun. Well, it's not fun, but I do it a lot, regardless of that. I don't know why. It's not good for me.
I mean, it's called anxiety, friend.
Oh yeah. I have pills for it, which I sometimes remember to take, but sometimes I'm too anxious. Oh no!
Oh, I could have put some spin on that.
Let's try this again. But yeah, like, you know, and some of them I can't really relate to either, because like fast food tier lists. I had a weird health kick when I was in like my very early 20s, and I have not had any fast food for, I guess, yeah, it's been like literally 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Because like I think there were some times that I tried to within that window when I didn't have any other options, and I became physically ill. I couldn't metabolize fast food anymore. And some of it still tasted good to me. It just my body said no. So
I mean,
it's yeah, I know, like, you know, good problems to have, sure, but like it's a weird feeling. So whenever it's just like, which is the best one? It's like, dog, I can't eat any of these. What do you? I don't know. It's not something I can do, so I don't relate. But like McDonald's, I never liked McDonald's, and unless I was like a child. I can't. When I used to do food running before I drove people for Uber, back when I had a car that was safe for delivering pizzas but not people, and I you know, they did the brush steel kind of modernization on McDonald's to make it look like a better place to be. But we remember the Play Place clown decorations. We know the reality. We know what it is, and. I don't know, like, even when I was in, like, my late childhood, I was like, this, I can taste the sugar, I can taste the chemicals. McDonald's, to me, was, like, the worst of fast food for the longest time, in my opinion. Again, don't want to lose any eyeballs over it, but I just didn't like McDonald's. But I remember being a kid And I remember loving McDonald's, and I remember what it tasted like. But at this stage of my life, I'm remembering it, and I'm like, it makes me sick to my stomach. But there's this weird scientific question to ask there. If all I remember is what it tasted like when I liked it, why does that now, you know, I mean, it's like, I know you hit like matured taste buds differently when you're eating that food, but I'm not eating it. I'm just remembering the flavor I liked and going, ugh. Like, how does that work?
I kind of get it though, because like I'm a pescatarian myself, so I don't eat non-fish meat. And basically, I used to love meat. I used to love the shit out of meat.
Sure.
And nowadays, I'm just like remembering the tastes of meat and being like, I kind of find this gross now.
It's real. I mean, that'll happen. For me, like, I'm weird. Like, I do probably, like, 90% non-meat foods, and, like, I use a lot of imitation meats. But, like, I don't know. Just if there's a way to have meat without having actual meat, I'm like, sure. I don't need to kill a cow over this. I just want to put something in my mouth. And, like, you know, corn, I don't know. I think that has eggs in it, so it's not, like, perfectly vegan or nothing. But, like, you know, and a lot of imitation meats are just only vegetarian, but... So, you know, if I ever go vegan, that's going to be rougher. But, you know, mostly vegetarian has been good. But every now and again, I'll be like, I know octopi are intelligent, but I want takoyaki. Or, like, I'll get a craving for, like, a bloody freaking steak. I mean, if you're going to order a steak, go somewhere that can do it raw well. And
honestly, give me a good fucking takoyaki any day.
Oh, yeah. I cook a pretty good one. If that falls under pescatarian, I'd be happy to make it for you if we ever cross paths. Yeah, I make a really good takoyaki. I have the hot plate. I'm one of the few people who bought that, like, you know, sort of unitasker for their kitchen and actually uses it. I love making takoyaki. Before I left my home state, a friend of mine who learned how to make gyoza, we made like a whole feast of it before I left, because I was like, I'm not going to get to have your gyoza anymore. You're not going to get to have my takoyaki. This is our going away party. And it was amazing. I still have pictures from the endeavor. I'm really good at making takoyaki. I look at the pictures of it, I'm like, this is what I get in the restaurants. I'm pretty good. Proud of myself.
I'm very good at making, like, vegan meat, but that's also simply because it's like, I kind of just treat it like, do you want texture? Do you want the curing flavors of meat? And it's like, then it just like becomes a lot easier, and it becomes like a fun little science experiment.
Oh yeah, that's the fun thing too, is like, you know, I messed around with making seitan when I had like, I say a lot more time, like I don't have a ton of time right now, but just like, you know, a baking dish, the preparation for everything, the consideration, it's a lot of work. But seitan was fun to make because it was a little spongy at first. It was a little more tofu-ic, but then I found like a recipe for like more baking it and kind of steaming it, so it made it more like rough, like steak, and that made some pretty good stuff. I think I made some gyros with that at a point. It was really, really good.
Oh yeah. It also depends on like the kind of flour you use.
Oh yeah.
And the kind of broth you use even.
Yeah, but like when you get into the science of like how certain cooked substances taste and like how those flavorants come to be, you can just take certain levels of soy and seasoning and just recreate it. A lot of, for me, like especially with chicken, it was like, for something to taste like chicken, it tastes like whatever you put it with. Like chicken is one of those, it has a flavor, but it's usually associated with either being deep fried or being paired with something. It has a flavor, but it's not very strong. It's just chicken. And that's why everything tastes like chicken, is that's like the white meat that everyone's had, that they have alligator and they're like, oh, it's like chicken, but mildly fishier. And alligator's great. I love that too. But, you know, that's kind of the baseline of meat. It's like chicken, it's a meat, but who gives a damn? But, you know, beef is one of those, I'm not going to cook beef, but if someone can do it right, I will have them make me, like, yeah, if I'm going to a restaurant that's like, you know, $200 a freaking, I wouldn't do 200 meal, but for a meal for two people gets near $200, I'm gonna order me something kind of like, I'm never gonna make this myself, you know what I mean? But I don't know, I just don't cook a lot of meat. Sure. Meat's too heavy for me lately. I'm weirdly snacky, but also like some things are too heavy for me now. Like really rich stuff can be a lot. Also recently, speaking of the rich things that I do stuff my face with though, apparently recently, those non-dairy versions of Ben & Jerry's recently made a Cherries Garcia, and I was like, well, you know, I don't need to have a figure. It's fine. What was I gonna do?
honestly, that's a mood and a vibe. We have this like oat milk like ice cream that's like at our local supermarket. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Fuck it. It was, I think, I'm trying to remember Fahrenheit temperatures. I think it was like 89 yesterday. So I picked some up, and then it's like, oh, this is actually fucking better than the dairy shit.
I mean, it's real. Like I mentioned, our local ice creamery like has a vegan, like, you know, the mango sticky rice one. It's a vegan flavor, and I think it's my favorite ice cream of all time. It is amazing how far science has come with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Malaproper absurdity. Ah, chicken, the dragon fruit of meats. Dragon fruit is so mid. Like, I was so let down. I'd eaten so many things that were dragon fruit flavored as a kid, not realizing there's like berry flavor added to it. It's an aesthetic kiwi that costs $5. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
I will die on that hill.
Dragon fruit just kind of sucks.
Yeah, it was a real letdown. It's very pretty, but it has very little substance. It's like me.
Oh my god, incorrect.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, yeah, of course.
I'm a lot funnier than one,
Why
too.
would I tell the truth on my friend's stream?
Right? Telling the truth here? Nah, that's banned. Ow. My face.
No!
I mean, that's a mood. Like, you can do that. Yeah, dragon fruit should be a lot cheaper than it. I don't know, maybe it's like because of shipping or something. Comes from a cactus. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Yeah, that's not like picking bananas. That's like you gotta get around some spines there. You gotta like kind of de-spine it probably too, depending. Like prickly pear is fun until like you buy it at the store and it still has micro needles that get stuck in your hand.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, they're fine. I like things flavored with it, but I just, the prep, I don't know. I only just learned how to properly cut through a yellow mango, and even then it's a little cumbersome, but I don't know. Some mornings I like to wake up with granola, oat milk, and just cut up some fruit in it, and that's really good, actually. I never liked milk. So like when I found almond milk the first time, I was like, oh, I can actually enjoy having like creamy things now. This is great. And I'll just have like a cup of milk now because it tastes good. But I was all about almond milk until I found oat milk, and I was like, oh no, this is the nectar of the gods. I can't go back. I know too much. But it's so good. I will say, as for like alternative, you know, things to make ice cream with though, I guess going off of the Ben & Jerry's is the only one that I know offhand, like what they use in it, because they promote it pretty heavily, but the ones made with sunflower oil is the closest to just like I think because sunflower is greasy, I don't know, but like it tastes so, it is still bad for you, but it tastes so much like this is just ice cream, right? But like, I don't know, even almond milk ones are they're just so the same thing. I want something sweet and cold, and that's the end of it, but like the accuracy to which they match ice cream is, like texturally speaking, is insane. Like, it's so cool.
People are starting to actually learn how to properly use xanthan gum in, like, veg-adjacent things, which I really appreciate.
That is cool. Is that what a lot of it is?
Yeah, a lot of, like, the texture of ice cream comes from, like, xanthan gum and whatnot.
I remember seeing a thing that was, like, something on YouTube that was, like, make ice cream out of just, like, mashing up, like, frozen bananas, and, you know, that sure was chunks of frozen banana. Which is fine, but was not anywhere near what I wanted it to be.
Oh, absolutely.
I guess I'll become a rock. I'll do something with my time.
Why not? Why not become a rock?
It's the rock!
It's totally allowed.
This man!
It's like, what is the rock cooking? I don't know, seitan? Some kind of ice cream? Who knows?
At this point in time, who knows? No!
All I know is if someone's gotten to the point that they've reached any magnificent level of fame, they've done something horribly wrong that I don't want to Google and find out, so...
All I know is that The Rock and I share a birthday, and my birthday is immediately better because it's mine.
That's fair, and I agree, honestly. That already has much more meaning to me than his. There we go.
Hey! I will also admit that like I'm so used to sharing my birthday that birthdays are just like I constantly forget that they happen.
Yeah, I mean, last year was the first time I did, like, I think nothing for my birthday, where it was just, I didn't even buy myself something. The one before that, I bought a digital tablet and started getting real into art, so I at least did something for me, but, like, I've never been very festive. When you're an adult and you're not an alcoholic anymore, things like Halloween kind of, like, fall to the wayside. Like, I'm not gonna buy, like, a costume for one day, and, like, I don't need an excuse to dress like a girl anymore. So, like, what is the point? I'm not gonna go trick-or-treating. I'm 23. I'm 32. I have dyslexia, obviously. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, I'm an adult with things to do. I'm not gonna, like... So, like, a lot of that... I worry sometimes that I'm, like, not festive enough, though, sometimes, but I don't know. I try to really celebrate what matters in one way or another, but... Yeah, it really... A lot of the zazz goes out the window as you just have more to do with your life that you're just like, I don't... This is more a hassle than it. Oh my god. Whee! But it's a real feeling, and I still know people who they've got more going on than me, and they find time to party, and I'm like, I'm really happy for you. I'm sleepy. I want to go to bed.
I've become a lot more of that ever since I like A, stopped being an alcoholic, B, like just got older, and I mean, like, I still do my own silly thing for October in that I do watch a horror movie literally every day of October.
Yeah.
And it's just like I've always liked horror movies, so it's basically just like, oh, this is my way of treating myself.
Absolutely.
Is watching stuff that people will find upsetty.
Of course. It's kind of funny too, also, like, you were talking about, like, sharing birthdays, like, when it happens around the holidays, because, like, I'm like, in December, so a lot of people, especially when you're growing up, and they're just like, here, this is, like, a combination birthday and Christmas present, and you're just like, guess again. But how dare you? On this, the holiest of days, the day I was brought to being. But, like...
It's the holiest of days, the day where I graced your life.
Exactly. This is how you celebrate me? And like, but like, oftentimes, like, people are too busy to celebrate, and the ones who are, it'll be like, my birthday's kind of near here too. Let's just do, like, a combination thing. And you're sitting there nodding quietly, like, yeah, I was just gonna celebrate me and give myself time to shine, but, your thing too. Like, whatever. Let's do a combination kind of birthday, holiday thing, and you're just like, I don't, come on, just let me have my thing. But that's the other thing too, and it's kind of funny too, like, what would I do now that I'm not, like, I don't have more than 2 beers at any given time, which I even do pretty rarely now anyway. Like, it's a lot on the body. I feel it. Like, I don't desire to drink unless it's a social thing. And so what would I do with my time? I go and I get food, and then I go home and I go to sleep. I don't... What are you doing with this? How do you celebrate? What do I do that I wouldn't be doing normally on my time off just having fun? Like, I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, like, literally all the parties I've been to, or quote-unquote parties I've been to since I've been in my 30s, which is admittedly not long since, both of us hit our 30s, like, around the time of the pandemic. So it's like, okay, what am I doing? 30th birthday was literally a fucking charity stream for Trans Lifeline. 31st birthday, I took a nap.
Yo. You did something good for 30, for the world, and out of the kindness of your heart, and by the next one you were just like, I don't know. But at least you did that. And like, my family was nice enough to provide me with some gifts, thankfully, but like, hitting 30 during the pandemic was such a mood. It was just like, this sucks. What do I even do with this?
Yeah, like, what am I gonna do with this shit? I don't know. But, I'm here now.
Yeah, I'm still here. That's bragging rights, I guess, to some degree. I don't know.
I mean, it is. There are...
As a trans
like,
person,
it's not even bragging rights. It's just like, there's hope for other trans people.
Yeah, oh god! That's a good way to look at it. Absolutely.
That's not hopeful, though.
No, that was Kirby jumping to his death.
Kirby loves to do that.
He does. Well, like, he's immortal, so...
He's immortal, but, like, he wants us to believe that he knows what it's like to die.
Yeah, because the more that we accept that he might be somewhat human in his heart, the easier it is to take over the universe, because he's Kirby. I also imagine,
He's
like...
the star of the show.
Yeah, because, like, you know, even though he's being carried by that flapping, you know, little Bronto Bert, or whatever they're called, he... You know, he falls, like, all the way down there into the scenery, and you gotta imagine, like, he's probably falling, looking at his phone, like, man, it's gonna take forever to get back up there. It's more like the time sink of coming back is probably more aggravating for him than anything.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just more the inconvenience. It's like, we really need, like, a high-speed elevator up to these places, but then it also falls into the realm of real golf, where it will then take up actual land to do that and be an eyesore, and it's like, I don't know. Keep it on the floating islands and hope that your friends can keep flying you up there. But who's really annoyed by it is probably the one carrying him up there. So, you know, let's actually think of the worker for once. Let's consider the fact that your caddy has to carry you up into the freaking stratosphere to play your golf, I guess.
We do need to consider the logistics of, you know, floating island golf.
Yeah.
Which is that, you know, sure, do we need to eventually provide water for hazards and sand for hazards? Sure. Is there a lightning cloud here that is also covered in spikes? Yeah, but they just live here.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If you let the water grow stagnant, that's even more of a hazard. It's two birds with one stone.
I hadn't considered that. The clouds are already up here, so, like, were they just kind of subjugated into working here because of the circumstances created? That's terrible. Oh my god.
I wouldn't say they're subjugated here, they just really like to cause pain.
Today, we're going to discuss the dark reality of Kirby Golf. It may look like a carefree game of mini-golf with your friends, but the reality couldn't be more sinister. The ancient tribe of cloud people that once lived here in a peaceful manner are now forced to take on a life of golf servitude, while these rich Kirby golfers are up here in their Teslas playing golf. Some people believe that entire blocks of text and information on the cloud tribes were lost due to paving over it. They've never truly gotten back their heritage because of the greed of man. Theory number 6. Hey Arnold is actually a football.
Number 15. Hey,
Number
Arnold is
15.
actually a football.
Hey Arnold's actually a football.
Burger King.
Number 15.
The last thing you
Burger
want in your Nickelodeon TV show is a football, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Babasting, I can't even do that without, like, fucking cackling.
Part of the lockdown years was my wife and I just learning to do that without laughing our ass off. But let me see if I can still do it. Bumber biff teen, burger bing butt bettis, babas bing boobunt, bin your burger bing burger, biz bum one's butt bungus, but baz bit burns bout, bat bite be butt boo bat. There we go.
You didn't quite got
Oh
it.
my god.
Yeah, I got the inflection down.
Well, I don't have the inflection, wife, but I can do the thing.
Number 13, Burger King foot lettuce.
Here, coming up to the mic. Let me. We're featuring one more person. Everyone, listen to the fine stylings. Go ahead.
Oh, the dog's gonna bark at me.
It's okay.
Bumber 15, Burger Bing butt lettuce, babas bing bubon, ben your Burger Bing burger, this bum one's butt bungus, but basket burns bout, pat bappy but boo bet.
Oh my god.
Pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
She's got it. You know, you spend 2 years locked in a room streaming, and you share the same brain cell and become the same, just tuned in, beautiful, hilarious idiocy, and it's magical. However, now we've kind of taken on the Liz and the Bluebird thing, where, like, whenever we say the same thing at the same time, one of us says happy ice cream, and we have to get ice cream.
You know what? Good.
Mm-hmm. It is. Keeps us in ice cream. It's good. I might not think to otherwise, and that on a weekly basis, damn near. It just happens naturally. We're thinking the same thing, and it just happens. Thanks, I hate it. There you go.
You're welcome.
I imagine that speaks to the accuracy of it, so there you go. It's so accurate! Let's see. Let me hop in here. Let me hop into the star
hole.
pool. Hop in the hole. Whee! There I go.
Congratulations, you did it.
I got the tomatoes. My neighbor
And now
is the
Kirby
tomatoes.
leaves here to drown.
Yep. Oh, no, okay, no, you're there too. You caught another Uber star on the way there.
Yeah.
That really is kind of the Uber Black, you know, of Kirby Superstar. How you ride in style. Instead of a limo, you're just like, I'm gonna get a star. Get me a warp star. You know, really show up all flashy.
So like, I use lifts because it's just often a lot more reliable around here, and they have this thing called a Lift Lux, and it's the same thing as the Uber Black essentially. But like, more often than not, like during peak periods where, like, say I've had a few drinks at the bar and I am you know, on my way home from having a few drinks at the bar, and it's, you know, peak travel time, it will cost about as much to get a Lift Lux as it does to get an actual lift. So I have definitely driven I have definitely, like, gone home in, like, a fucking Mercedes, like,
my
way
God.
more often than I care to admit.
No, for sure that'll happen. I love this game too. Welcome to the chat. Yes, we are playing everyone's favorite Kirby game, Kirby's Dream Course. It's the course of REM sleep. Oh my god, and it's falling to one's death. It's Kirby. Really, all Kirbys have fall death.
He's the Grim Reaper.
Let me see here. Let's get a nice little arch there and just... Yeah! Got him. I have the UFO power up. Now I need to learn how to use it. Or die trying! I might.
I mean, it's a very distinct possibility.
Yeah, there's a very good chance of me dying. And then I'm just, you know... Hold on a minute, I'm waiting for my joke box to load up here. Stream Deck, you're making a fool of me. Do the thing. Ah, it's not gonna do the thing. Like, I don't know why. Okay, there it goes. Then I will go. Okay, now I'm not gonna fall off this cliff. Oh! And then I fall to my death and I die. So that happens. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
The everyday thing.
Oh,
you
that
know.
just happens every day. Like,
100%.
you gotta deal with the daily cliff death.
Ooh. Gonna be a rough one. Ah, there we go. And I'm blocking the entrance like a total jerk.
How dare you?
I know, right? I'm incorrigible. I'm a ruffian. I'm a scoundrel with no respect for other cats.
I mean, that just means you're a cat.
That's fair, actually. That's feral. That didn't really work. I apologize. I'm sorry, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
I think a lot of my humor, I was, speaking of kind of, having a comedy duo with your partner, is they're blatantly, very honest with you. And I think something that I've come to realize in hearing about it was my comedy can mostly be explained by, like, dad jokes that nobody actually gets. And I'm like, yep, no, that's, yep.
Yeah, about same.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm actually trying to be funny, it's like, more often than not, some form of dad joke. Fuck!
I always be on that, but then at the same time, that's the thing, is that, like, it's always something just so obscure that no one knows what I'm talking about. And it's like, no, it's just for, oh my god. And I was like, no, it's just for me. It's just for me to laugh at nothing, barking in the dark at myself. But, on stream, I can hit these buttons, and then people watching the stream will hear funny voices coming from me. And then that helps kind of funnel in some of the comedy. I don't have to work quite as hard, but I do be talking, and my rambling can get pretty fun at times.
Oh yeah, I mean, same. It's one of those things where it's like, as soon as you let your id go, as soon as you just, like, unleash it and let it loose, it's like, yeah, I love to make postable jokables on the internet.
It's real. I saw that toast of yours. I loved it. I was very much. I felt seen. It was very real.
There was like a particular reason I did it too, because it was very funny. So I can now talk about it now that I have officially gotten this job.
Go on.
I started a new job recently.
Which congrats again.
Thank you. Today was my second day. I am dead.
That doesn't sound like a very good job. What do you mean you're dead? They killed you? On day 2?
On day 2, but like
that was her second day on the force. No.
It's capitalism.
Yeah.
But essentially the joke here was more like, okay, I got a call from HR on Monday night because apparently my company does a very rigorous background check. And my co-host showed up in my background check. And none of my political posts, by the way, for those in the audience, I am a very, very ardent leftist. It is even in my channel rules. I am an annoying leftist. Meow, meow, meow. But like, so none of my political stuff got flagged. Only my weed stuff got flagged.
No, right, Dying Sunset, right? Fucking right. They should. It's, oh my god. Like, if you checked any of their search history, it's same deal. Like, come on. Sorry, but go ahead.
Yeah. And it's like, one of the posts I made was quite literally one that I've now since deleted, which was, content warning weed. If you are high, please get hydrated and email me $40. Source, I am high, I need $40.
Awesome.
And I got in trouble.
Oh.
Because they're like, this isn't typically the type of thing you post on the internet, is it? We need to maintain a professional image. I'm like,
oh my god.
Who's going to attach this to a company?
Yeah, you don't own, they don't own you. You should be able to post jokes about weed. It's not like if you're not at work, sure, but like, what, on your waking life you can't make jokes on the internet? I'm sorry, am I not a good pawn? No, I mean, I'm toasted. Like, no like higher end job like that is ever gonna want me. I have said too much wacky shit.
Oh yeah, like, I didn't realize the company was gonna have this intense of a background check.
Yeah.
Online on an unrelated account tied to my VTuber, when I have literally done a sponsored stream where I literally titled the stream "Stealing is Praxis."
Oh yeah. And, you know, it's funny we're talking about politics. Like, you know, I've started kind of leaning toward like the idea of, you know, like just kind of violent communist. Just doing good where I can for actual people and, you know, overthrow things, smash stuff with a bat. You know,
yeah,
there's a lot of...
Anarcho-communism and anarcho-syndicalism are very much, like,
yeah,
good.
I think those are the ones that I've been kind of looking at lately, because, you know, I don't know, I saw a really great video essay recently that talked about, like, hey, so you don't actually live in a dichotomy, there are options, and it's just like, oh yeah, I can just actually, like, really, you don't have to identify with the, you know, I mean, like... We're talking about politics on the stream today, just real briefly. Sorry about that, folks.
Sorry about that, y'all.
But like, you know, the discussion of like, you know, most marginalized people, we see that like, you know, voting one way is a malicious hatred of us, and then voting the other way is the illusion of caring but doing nothing. And it's like, no, yeah, that's kind of put into words something I've always kind of felt. And like, you know, people far more marginalized than me, I've known this the whole time, and it's like, yeah, I didn't consider all of these things that you can just be like, nah, screw this. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Also, I'm shocked that worked.
Yeah, no, that was really good. It's getting closer. If you have time, I think you can nuke me on the next one.
Hey, it'll still, if it's gonna be anything, it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
And we all love competition when it's friendly.
Absolutely.
And then we love to die to Gordo.
It actually kind of helps that, like, we're not, exactly, Sage, exactly. It also helps that neither of us are really good at this, so it's not like I'm reaming anyone, it's more both of us struggling to finish this game.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm coming out the gates, blowing everything up. No, it's just like, please go in the hole.
Yeah.
My first time in a bedroom, like, please go in the hole. Sorry.
It's no, you're fine. It's time for puffballs, golf, and the inherent rights of people that must be guaranteed democratically and defended.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
At the end of the day,
I do more than just say I'm gay on the internet.
No, yeah. It
I
takes.
also go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it takes more than just being gay. We have to do the cool, being there for people gay stuff that really, oh, I'm dead.
Oh no!
I can't even protect myself. But sorry,
It's
go ahead.
okay. I was gonna say the other thing you guys do on the internet is do crime.
Yes. We're very pro-crime here. If you see all of the spray bottles, the spray paint cans behind us, it is because I'm a very graffiti-based sort of... I just got hit with an anvil. It's a very graffiti-based sort of thing. We're very... I took over the GGs and decided to, basically build a giant empire out of vandalism. And I don't think I say anything that can be actioned against, but it's there, Overthrow the systems that be, it's always there. It's always an option. And I'm dead again.
Oh no!
Scritchies, yay. I've been a good anarcho-communist and I'm getting scritchies. Yay.
I mean, that is basically the ultimate, end game for anarcho-communism.
And scritchies?
It's head pats.
Nice. Well, then we're doing good work. We got our work cut out for us. I was gonna mention earlier, I forgot about it, but like head scritches are weird because it is transcendent for me. I don't know what it is, but whenever my partner is scratching my head, why did I do this? This is how okay, I thought I was gonna die again. Oh my god. But like whenever that happens, I'm just like, it's like a laser beam that shoots through the center of my brain and makes all of my mental illnesses stop firing for like a few minutes. And it's amazing. It does more than anything should. It's so weird, but it's like this sort of... There's like this weird synesthesia to it where I'm just in this whole world of everything's great. And it's really something because it does nothing for her. Like, my wife does not get anything out of head scritches, but it is just amazing for me. And it's one of those things that I'm like, is everyone feeling this?
Like, I absolutely feel it.
Yeah.
I'm also some sort of cat on the internet, and I may be a biased audience, but like,
sure.
I love to be scritched behind the ears. I love to be like pets.
I think like top of the scalp is really my that's just my off button. That switches me into just completely, just drooling moron mode. It's something about it. It's like this, again, like this almost visual kind of cognition of gears that just continues around me in a perfect momentum of everything's nice. And I don't know how to express it. But it's very much like having a synesthesia response to music that I do, or the fact that when I talk about dreams being exhausting to people, I forget that not everyone has like fully immersive, like it might as well be awake dreams like I do, where there's a solid plot line and no actual kind of flickering between scenes, but I'm just doing things in my sleep, and I'm checking gravity if something seems amiss, and I talked about this on co-host a little bit just before the stream, actually, but people are confused as to why I try so hard to recall my dreams. It's like, because I had an emotional experience of living a life and doing a thing that is just as real as my waking life, because now I'm tired from doing stuff while I was asleep. Like... So that's hindered and everything seems less real. I might as well be dreaming right now. But I know some people, they'll like, and I do it too, you'll check when you're dreaming. Am I asleep right now? And you're reading text around you, it makes sense. I can remember what some products on a shelf are called when I wake up. It's the weirdest thing. But like I'm checking that, I can feel the gravel between, underneath my shoes. Everything is so real. And it's bizarre. Yeah, lucid, that's the word.
But not even like lucid in the way where like most lucid dreaming is like stuff you can directly affect.
Yeah, I've never really had that, except there is one thing that's a recurring thing, is that sometimes if it's disconnected enough and it's a little bit surreal, I can like tense up and it makes me float a little off the ground. but that's about it. I can kind of like, you know, drift a little bit above ground, but mostly it's just I'm walking around experiencing life normally with people that, having never met them in my life, I know that I remember their names and who they are and where they're from, and I'm dropped into another reality. I get isekai'd every day and then I wake up. But I'm telling you, everything's in English. Everything is like a product with a name. No matter how weird it is, it makes in-world sense. And I check all of my senses to go, yep, I'm here. How does that work?
It's magic. It's magic. I tell ya.
It's really great. It's kind of fun. You know.
Whoa! How did that happen?
Huh? What happened? Oh, you won!
I won a round.
Nice! See, this is where you bring it back. This is where you really stick it to me. Let's let me put on my game face. We're getting intense gamer mode here. Let's.
Oh, we're going American marketing Kirby mode.
Yeah, this is American marketing. Anything really is just it's too cute. Make it angry. Perfect.
Exactly.
I don't understand why they do that. Kirby isn't angry. He's just having a good time.
Kirby likes to go Poyo and like maybe eat things.
Yeah, I think that was the funniest thing about like the you know, when they made a Game Grumps edit of this game into like that massive like ROM hack, is that they gave him the angry Grumps eyebrows. So really it's just American branding Kirby. And it's the weirdest thing to see him like that in gameplay. He's not angry. He's never been angry in game. He's just Kirby. He has no need for anger. He has evolved beyond that. He is a god that has no need for emotion.
Oh, buddy, Proxy's been calibrated. Yeah, we'll go with that's totally what proxy calibration is.
Absolutely.
I'm I am going to just say that and plead the fifth otherwise.
Fair enough.
Nobody can prove anything that I say on the internet is true.
I didn't notice what happened. You're good. Goodness knows I'm just a bundle of awareness and knowing what's happening at all times because my amazingly fast computerized what do you call them? Brain. Yeah. So yeah, if I didn't notice, no one did. It's all good. Let me just pop
Your
on into
processor is
here.
perfectly fine.
Oh yeah. All 3 pins of it that are actually connected. There we go.
Blink.
Such a jam. Love this music.
It's very good.
It's Kirby time. He's gonna eat your soul.
Again.
Absorb your essence, and you'll evaporate into nothingness. That's Kirby.
Good. That's Kirby.
Yeah.
I'm glad that this is what Kirby does.
Oh, that's amazing. Half of what I do, like when I'm playing a game, is because it was that way when I was a kid too, growing up with gaming with my sister, was like, when you hear repetitive songs from old games, you just kind of write lyrics to them without realizing it. So I started sharing those in just random videos and YouTube and TikToks and just going, yeah, let me dump this somewhere and see if anyone even cares. And a lot of people do. A lot of people think it's hilarious. I'm just like, this is just a dumb thing I sang to myself when I was a kid. I'm glad this is landing so well. I just didn't want to be alone with this knowledge anymore.
I mean, here's the thing. I also did that when I was a kid.
Righto. I think like the game over screen in Super Mario was like, put in another quarter, you know, little things like that. But it comes out in like longer things too. I mean, again, it's a little lewd to bring up right now, especially with company. But like, there's a TikTok. If anyone knows about my TikTok, I have a TikTok. I don't watch it. TikTok is terrible, but if you do choose to use it, I'm on it, and I post things there. But I posted my thing for the Poke Center, well, I'll just come out and say it here. Basically, it kind of circulates around, somebody stepped on my penis, and I go on into a chorus, and it's a great little tune. But I don't know, just sometimes something will enter your brain, and it's just there for, oh my god, I'm dead. Still waiting for the Be Right Back song to be uploaded to iTunes, you know? What was the Be Right Back song again? I'm trying to remember what that was. Like when I think back to like, God, what was that, Pooch? You'd remember. I don't remember. I don't remember the Be Right Back song, and I haven't even uploaded it to iTunes. I'd probably more often, like, nowadays you put that stuff on like Spotify, but who knows?
You can put it on everything through a few services.
That's true. There was some stream months ago, I made up an entire song on the spot and Being Right Back. I'm gonna have to look through the VODs, because now I'm curious. I actually don't remember. That's just how much the gold mine rushes out of my, out of my ear hole from my brain of just weird things I say. I don't know. It sounds funny.
If it weren't for clips, I wouldn't remember 90% of the shit I do.
It's real.
It's like, I did do like an entire stream dissociating once because it was just like, you know what? I feel like being entertaining.
Sure.
I don't feel like I'm in my body right now, but I feel like I would be entertaining as a result.
Fair
And you know
enough.
what? I was. Despite the fact I was playing a horror game.
Yeah. That's sort of just, the out-of-body experience of just kind of being in playing the game, and I will do that sometimes, despite being a VTuber purely because I rattle on like an idiot constantly, and, noise is fun. I will sometimes just get so absorbed in a game that I'll be like, oh fuck, I haven't said anything for like 5 minutes. This is not good branding for me.
That happens.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, like everyone who watches is really friendly and they're really cool about it and they don't care, but like for me, I'm just like, no, I have to put on a show. I have to be entertaining.
I feel the same way. Both of us are performers. Like both of us are like come from like playing music and doing shows where it's like, yeah, no, we feel like we have to put in a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah, Evie, it's all good. I enjoy your streams nonetheless. Like, sometimes, like, that's the thing, the quieter streamers that I know are a really good place to go after I get burnt out on the, like, loud... Oh, why did I do that? When I get burned out on the louder streamers I know, sometimes I need to be like, I need something with, like, less redeems and less constantly shouting. And I'm like, yeah, I'm vibing with this. I get overstimulated very easily. Ironically enough. If I'm making the noise, it doesn't bug me. It's like rubbing plastic, It's like... or it's like, it doesn't bother you if you're doing it, but like... Same with streaming, I guess. I don't know. Commentary's hard. Sometimes it's just good to get lost in the experience. Exactly. It's just like that.
Exactly. I really enjoy getting lost in a good experience, but also I just don't know how to shut up.
Same. More often than not, I am talking. Whether it's making sense or going somewhere or not, and that's a beautiful thing. I think, like, probably my biggest influences are probably, like, non-VTubers, weirdly. It's, like, people like Germa or, like, what's his name, Joel from Vinesauce, where it's like, these are people who will ramble about the dumbest shit, and that makes for the best commentary, is just, even when you're just sitting there going, I don't know what I'm talking about, but, like... when people are listening to you like, what the fuck is she saying? I know I'm doing something right, because that's exactly what I'm going for.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, like, I was even talking about this with a new Metamor of mine, where they were just like, yeah, who do you draw inspiration from as a streamer? And I'm like, oh, it's like the fucking most obvious one is probably actually RetroPals, because I'm like, they're not always super loud. They just give a huge amount of shit about what they do.
It's real, like, and that's so weird because, like, they it's true, they're not, like, as you expect a lot of conventional streamers to be, but, like, their heart is so in it, they spend so much time doing really good stuff, and they're just a really delightful duo to listen to. I've had
100%.
I've had the pleasure of working on a couple of streams with them, and they are just so much fun. They shout out Wife City all the time, too.
They
like,
do,
my little homestead there, and, like, they're just so nice and so wonderful to listen to, and they're really, really great. I love what they do.
It's admittedly how I found out about Wife City.
Well, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah. And is still like the channel I've been subscribed to on Twitch the longest, which is like
no.
like, God, I think over 4 years now without stopping, and I'm like, not gonna stop.
Never stopping. Never. I'm gonna shout out Retro Pals. This is a shout out stream, everyone.
This is a shout out stream. Shout out Retro Pals.
Shout out Retro Pals. They're so freaking good at retro.
They're so good at being pals.
Yes, they are. That too. It's true. They're wonderful. Here's the thing. We will occasionally, like, it's hard to keep track of everyone, but now and again we try to keep in touch with, like, everyone that we watch and go, like, we haven't seen a them stream in a while. We'll just pop in without anyone knowing to a retro stream, you know, and they'll just be like, man, Wife City's so great. And we're just like, aw, thank you.
Yeah.
My God, like, they sing our praises when we're not even there, as far as anyone knows. I'm just like, I feel so loved. Like, that's the thing. They make you feel appreciated. Good channel.
Good fucking channel. A+. A+ out of 10.
Yeah, I think they're probably the only partner that I've worked with, and I'm like, good place to start. You know, I mean, I was a bit intimidated, but really, I think there's been, like, damn near no one who has heard me be like, hi, would you ever consider working with me? Who hasn't been like, oh shit, yeah, I've been planning on doing that, but I didn't know how to ask. I'm just like, I'm glad I said something.
Yeah, here's the fun thing about, like, streamers once, if they aren't, like, you know... I feel like you and I will be able to, like, get this kind of experience. Like, I do not mean to ever disparage anybody as a clout chaser, but you can tell when somebody is just trying to use you for a bigger platform.
Exactly.
And it's like...
I never want to sound like that person, right? So it's like, But I always worry that I come off that way, and I'm just like...
you absolutely don't. I'm
so glad to hear that.
And, like, I always try to feel like I try not to come off that way either, because, like, I am not honestly all that big. Like, any sort of, like, audience I've gotten has been within the last, like, fucking, like, year and a half.
Oh, sure.
Which is fucking weird and wild, because I've been doing this for, like, 6 years.
No, sure. I mean, like, it was kind of the same with Wife City, is like, you know, with that, there's the whole, like, the wives are an interesting thing, because with that, it's like, we are very much just what we do. We you know, over there, it's like, I don't really know how to put it, but it's just like, there is this science to what we do. We will not change it. We will make certain jokes. We are a duo that has a certain thing that is not for everyone. And, you know, there's no trying to change that. Like, we're not attempting to get numbers. I am the opposite of that. I am here trying also to kind of like, let me see if I can build a platform, but I'm still true to me. That's the important thing. And I have less followers than they do. So it's fine. I know I'm being real to me. If I ever get like a substantial following, I'll know I'm doing something right. Also, if I ever get to a size where I'm like, if I ever do somehow become a partner and I ever like say no to any request from anyone ever, I want you all to cancel the shit out of me. Like I will help you launch. If I know you.
Here's my 35-page call-out thread on Breezy. She said no to me once when I said, "Hey, do you want to like work with me for free publicity?" And she had the gall to say no. And
I think that's what it is like I need there to be like the caveat of like, look, if you watch me or we watch each other and you just genuinely have any interest in working with me, it's like, sure, why not? Like, if I know that you're a chill channel, because, again, you know, I don't want to put, like, some, you know, bad political chud on my, you know, but if it's someone that I'm just like, yeah, no, I know that you're a good person, like, I'll help you launch a channel, I don't care. If I had, like 12,000 people watching me, I'd still be like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. This is about having fun and playing games. We're all idiots on the internet playing video games and telling jokes. That's all this is. No one is better than anyone. So I'm like, I always want to kind of keep a certain level of like, you know, if that ever does happen, I'm gonna be I'm just gonna be like one of those really notable people for just always being down to do whatever. Like, I don't ever, because it is a little gatekeepy. There is some of that. There are some people, you know, and we don't talk about it. Some of it is just kind of how you have to be for your own like safety and your spaces too. So I mean, it's complicated. But when someone like gets to partner, joins a stream team, sometimes they, you know, it changes. The format changes. We'll just say that. And it can be a little bit weird.
I fully understand that.
Yeah. And, you know, then, too, you also need to look out for clout chasers even harder, and, you know, you've probably had more time on Twitch to have bad experiences with people, and, I don't know, you know, it's a certain thing, but it's like, I don't know. If I know who someone is, or I watch their channel, or I like them in any capacity online, and they're like, you want to work with me? I'm not going to tell them no. I'm not going to break their heart.
Same. I honestly just love working with people in general, because, like, as like a community, we should be propping each other up, because we are all entertainers at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And like the fact that there are other entertainers should never be seen as like competition. It should instead be like, yeah, no, this is another creative with a unique take. And if like there were even more of these folks around, that's even better.
Absolutely. We are the opposite of stand-up comedians who operate entirely on problematic shock value and being every one of them, the one of them who isn't afraid to speak their mind, even though their mind is wrong. And it's like, yeah, we need more just open-minded, cool streamers who talk about stuff. Don't be a dick, but be different. That's...
Fact of life, do not be a dick.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, if you're gonna do one thing, don't be a dick. Just that's all you gotta do, and that means more to people than you can ever know.
Would gladly recommend to people in the audience, don't be a dick.
Yeah. If you're out there and you're being a dick, consider stopping. I'm not even gonna force you to right now. Oh my goodness, what's happening? Hey, we got a raid from Icevy. Hey, welcome! Oh my god, what were y'all doing? Let me shout you out right now. How are you doing? What were you playing over there? Welcome, everyone. This is Easy Breezy TV. I got my friend ProxyGlitchcat with me here today. Robo Raid! Came in. Welcome. Let me give you a quick shout out here. Anyone who is not already subscribed to Icevy, also another robotic VTuber who does amazing work. Let me go ahead and pop in a little SO here.
Yeah, Ghost Babble.
Oh, yo! Hell yeah! Alright, let me put in.
I've been wanting to play more Ghost Babble recently.
That one, I'm always so careful, like I never want to enter it in wrong, you know? Accidentally just send someone to the Shadow Realm.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, sometimes you can't even trust tab complete.
Icevy is so good at retro, you don't even know. If you haven't been there, you should follow, because Icevy is amazing. Welcome. We are currently playing a game of trying to get through verses in Kirby Golf, and a lot of the difficulty has actually come from trying to sink the damn thing as opposed to getting the stars. I don't know why, but the mechanics are eluding us today.
Because it's two VTubers playing a video game.
Fair enough. It really is just the social aspect of it all. It's like, yeah, I'm playing this by myself, you know, doing trick shots, I'm aiming it up with the squares. All right, now I'm just having fun. Fun with friends. It's just what we're like. It's just like, you know, how does it go? Let me see if I can conjure my voice here just a minute. Where's that at? No, I can't find it. Never mind. Button broken. Nothing works. Thank you, Stream Deck.
It's okay. Oh my god, I'm finding
I just wanted to say something funny. Thank you for the head scratches. I appreciate that, Cameron. Oh no. Can I? Let's see if we can. Let me trick shot this. If we can give this just like a little bit of a spin, a little bit of stank on this hit. Can we nail this? Can I do this? Let's do that.
Stanky leg.
Can she do it? Well, I mean, not terrible.
Not the worst, yeah.
Yeah. I expected that to go a whole lot worse, actually, but look at me.
I'm really good at video games, apparently. Look at me go.
I'm so fancy. But yeah, as you see, a lot of the difficulty for us is actually landing these shots, but you know, it's all good stuff. Dying Sunset, thank you. I was just recently talking about how much head pats do for me, even off stream, just like, I don't know, my brain shuts off in a beautiful way, and it's good. Head scratches, give them to your friends, give them to your loved ones. Head scratches are good. If you have a pet, head scratches, very good. It's a good little bonding thing with your pets. Let them know not to eat you when you're asleep.
Yeah,
you know.
I love to give the cat in the household head pats when she allows them. She otherwise is like, what if I bit you and
Yeah.
bit you and bit you?
Yeah, a little bit. Of course,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I of course have a pit bull terrier who is a giant tank of a lapdog who just loves to snuggle, and I mean, absolute baby. We love her to death here, but she's my daughter, and I love her. Yeah.
Like my roommate's got 2 pit bulls, and it's just like
Hmm.
they are. One of them's got anxiety, but when he gets to know you, he is the sweetest, dumbest creature on the planet.
It's so great, just the biggest sweethearts. It's so sad what became of, like, you know, the publicity of pit bulls being so bad, because every pit bull I've ever met has just been the biggest freaking sweetheart in the world. And I think that's true for a lot of people. Pit bulls
It's
are just
so true.
giant babies. They're so great. I love my daughter, my little fluffy daughter.
My daughter.
My daughter. You might ask, how did a
My
robotic
daughter.
cat girl end up having a fluffy biological dog for a daughter? You know what? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, cat.
How about mind your business? How about that, huh?
What, am I talking to myself over here?
Oh my god.
Anyway. Gonna tone down the microaggressions against Italians. The only voice I'm allowed to do is the Jewish voice, because I was raised Jewish, but even then, not a good look, you know? Just gonna dial it back. Can
I get you.
Yeah, and this also leads into the thing I was talking about that's like things not meant for the course you're on. Vortex? Really? Am I gonna use that here? I don't know. I could do that, I guess, but I don't know. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh, well,
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to get where I was going. I never meant to hurt anybody. Dog otter. I didn't mean to hurt anyone. My ineptitude ended up hurting a friend. I'm a real monster.
I'm alive.
That's the important thing. Everyone stay alive. If anyone's not alive, help them re-alive. Okay, we gotta keep it together here.
Yeah, I would recommend not dying. It's a pretty bad idea.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like to exist in an abyss of nothingness, and I'm not in a rush. You know, I'll get there when I do. We all will. One of these days. Existential crisis to. Oh no. Well, I mean, Kirby's feeling that right now.
I just want to get rid of my item.
You know, falling to your death does get boring if it's this high up, too. Like, even if he's coming back alive, that Kirby is... That falling does get boring, right? Because then that kind of falls into the, you know, when you're slipping on ice for several minutes, and it's like, how long is it oops for? Like, do you stop screaming if you're falling to your death at a certain, like, rate, and you're just, like, looking at your watch? Like, is this gonna... How long can I be scared of this for? I'm still, like, it's happening. I've come to accept it, but I've still got, like, at least 300 floors. I don't know.
If you fall in a bottomless pit, do you die of starvation or boredom first?
Definitely. I mean, you can go kind of mind rot over the boredom, but, like, the hunger's gonna get you first, I think. Really lack of water more than anything. Like, because you can starve forever, but, you know, you take on the not having water, and that's bad. Don't die, Kirby. I'm a contrarian. Yeah, Kirby's different than other girls. Yeah.
Kirby's not like other girls. Kirby's a little different. Kirby's a little quirky.
Kirby likes listening to death metal.
I like listening to death metal. And listen, as a lady who makes noise music.
I mean, very same. I have obscure tastes.
Yeah, as a lady who has gone on record as saying that she falls asleep to Merzbow.
I mean, there you go. Life just isn't life yet until you've made sweet love to World's End girlfriend. You know, you gotta get out there. I'm actually going to a Juju's show soon, so that's gonna be interesting.
Hopefully it's a good show. Like,
no, yeah, I can't wait to see what that looks like live. And, you know, true to its form, they're performing in a very dingy area of town, which, you know what, good. Like, I don't want to see them in the Orpheum. Yeah, like, I don't want to see that in, like, a freaking concert hall. I want to see that in, like, a properly, you know, just dreadful place. That's how you do that.
I want to see them in the worst club imaginable.
Yes,
like,
exactly. God, I was kind of heartbroken, though, because the Screaming Females were coming to town, but I just, for one reason or another, I couldn't make it, and I was just like, oh man, I love the Screaming Females so much. Like,
they're very good.
They're so good. And, like, I think that, no, that wasn't it. I was remembering, like, who else was I thinking of seeing? I thought of seeing 100 Gex, but it was really expensive because I think all of the tickets were sniped and resold. So it's like, oh god. But even then it was a bit much because, like, it also would have granted me the window to see Machine Girl, which, listen, this is like, this is so
the real reason to go see Gex.
Yeah, but, like, I wanted to see both of them, but I was just like, I can't justify that ticket price right now, or really ever. I don't see a lot of shows. My one emergency tickets, you know, my one, like, no matter what the credit card looks like, even unless it is the day of my SRS, there's no reason I'm not going, is if Cell Dweller tours again, especially if he's with Blue Stolly. I'm gonna see that man. I love that twink to death. I just, oh my god. His music is so great, and I love it, and it resonates with me. I love Cell Dweller. Cell Dweller, are you watching me? Clayton, it's me, Breezy, your favorite VTuber. I want to see you live.
I'm sorry, I just lost it at that shot. Oh my god.
It's really good. You're kicking my butt this time, actually.
That's still pretty close.
You never know.
Yeah, never say never.
Confetti!
Confetti.
Cameron has activated the tiny particulates that display really well ever since I moved to a place with you know, with the what do you call it? The fiber optic internet. It was very different. It was funny when I was working off of just like a regular broadband connection in my old place, because like that would just completely pixelate everything into like weird particle physics. In the most literal sense of particle physics.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, this level's wonderful. It's a real hoot. I love it. Yep. Oi, no, oi, oi. Okay, there I go. And then I'm gone.
Huh? You know what? It happens. Let's see, what if...
Kirby, he likes the spikes. We like the spikes here.
He likes to feel spiked.
Like Kirby runs into spikes just to feel something. He's a god, he's bored of reality. He's even taken to playing golf in the floating islands of God knows what, and he's still falling asleep. Won't anything interest this Kirby?
No.
Like, that is a real question too, like, when it comes to things like... I think the thing that would drive me insane if I were like, you say like, if you want to be immortal, how long do you want to be immortal for? I am already like 32, and using the bathroom several times a day feels like a Sisyphusian nightmare that I've done 1 billion times before, and I'm tired of it. Like, when does life just reach a point where you're like, I'm done. Like, I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to go to the grocery store for the 8 billionth time in my life. I just want to... I'm like, life has to get old, right?
It does.
Yeah. Like,
and
even if we take body rot, even if we take mind decomposition out of it, if you're just alive forever, it's gotta get really old. Like, I'm glad my parts will expire eventually, because I don't want to do what living takes to do for more than like 100-ish years. I'm done after that. I'm good. I've had a run. You know, the limitations on life are what make it beautiful and lead you to strive to do things, but what if you've done everything for the 100th time and you're like, what do you do with this? What do you...
What do you do with this? Yeah.
Kirby no longer hungers for food, but novel experiences. Golfing in the sky, racing in the stars, hunting man. Ooh, the most dangerous game.
Oh yeah, Kirby is absolutely going to hunt human for sport. And it's gonna be the most adorable thing you've ever seen.
I mean, when you consider there's really no humans in Kirby, is there?
Yeah, besides
So-
like what, Kirby 64?
Yeah, I think he's already gotten rid of them. Yeah, other than that painter. There's no humans. I wonder if he just got rid of them and thought, well, nothing left to kill. Time to give this broom a hat and the means to move, using my magical Mickey powers, apparently. And then I'll kill him. War god. Exactly, Sass. Immortality sounds like something that is only great if you remove all the awful body functions and also live in some sort of dream reality. Normal life, but immortal sounds like a nightmare. No, yeah, it's real. Like, happy that, I so quick in my life lived to the point of, virtual reality becoming everything we were promised in the late 80s, early 90s. But, like, it's like you don't want to miss out on these innovations. I don't know. I think we've capped on innovation. I don't think anything cool like that is going to happen. Now, like, it's... After a while, it's just noise and flashing lights. Like, we've done all the cool shit we're gonna do. Now we need to learn to, like, get along and, like, feed everyone. That'll be the fun challenge. And it's for a good cause. After that, we can start building floating utopias and figure out what the next cool thing is gonna be. But really, I live for music.
Oh yeah. I mean, big same.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I couldn't, like, do anything with music, if I could be immortal but not do anything with music, I would probably just accept death.
Oh, sure. Adeline's only character trait is that she paints. Well, I mean, they're devoted to their craft. That's what it is. Kirby joined the war on Vor on the side of the Vor.
Yeah, join the Vor.
Yeah,
The Vor War.
I'm in the middle of the drug war. Hello, I am Breezy, basically the Pokemon Weed Cat, and I am here to fight for weed. If not me, then who? And I know everyone, but come on. I also love that I have a dispensary, like, within walking distance of me. I mean, that's just a Portlandian thing, but it's a beautiful convenience. Like, just not...
Sure.
I don't even need to hop on a bus. I just walk down the street like it's a gas station and be like, hi, one weed, please? Thank you. Because, I take like a third of an edible gummy just to go to sleep. I have never had a tolerance and I never developed one. And I don't know why that is, but I don't know. I mean, because that's the thing. Back before my asthma was too much for it, I even used to smoke and, like, it never got better. I was just always a wuss. And it's really convenient, financially speaking. And I'm dead.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us.
It does. It happens to all of us eventually. Happy things.
Well, that was certainly something.
Oh yeah, I saw it. That was a thing. Chet was a person. Can we?
I can't believe Kirby has now joined Guar.
Has he?
No, I'm trying to continue wordplay.
Oh, for sure. It's kind of funny. Speaking of, like, novelty bands, I attempted to show my wife, what's their name? Green Jello. And
Okay.
what a thing out of its time. It's one of those, if you didn't grow up around this, it's just, what even is this? But I'm just like, yeah, it's the Three Little Pigs song. Everyone loves this, right? And she's just like, whatever. Of course, she's that way with Cell Dweller and with everything else that I love and hold any passion toward, because, she's better than me. Oh wow, Breezy, I haven't heard that name in about 30 years. You're welcome, I'm happy to provide. I grew up with that. As a very small child, it was on, like, a cassette tape that my father had.
Why don't you sit right back and I will tell you a tale of 3 little pigs. Oof.
Oh, a big
What a-
bad wolf. Hold on.
What a
Hi,
time for
Mike.
claymation.
I'm like yelling at my wolf partner in the background.
Oh yeah. I don't have
Not
enough...
yelling at him, but he's being cute.
Aw. Hell yeah. Shout outs to wolf partner.
Shout out to Theofo. Good bean. I'm getting real pets for real.
Yay!
And
That's a science that streaming cannot yet do. However, if they do invent a machine like those personal massagers that will just sit on your head and do head scritches, I am A, going to lose a lot of hair follicles to falling asleep with it on, and B, I'll have to find a way to wire that into chat so that people can actually give me head scritches. That would be really something.
Oh, that would be the dream. And I'm sorry, I just lost it. He's so cute.
That's so cute.
He's just been sitting here playing on the Steam Deck for like the last few hours, and I'm like,
awesome. Wholesome moments.
Yeah, wholesome. Me, wholesome.
Yep, I know the feeling.
I'm very wholesome.
I joined a group
very
of graffiti artists because I applied to HoloLive and they saw what I was about and said, no, that's not say so, we don't like you. And I said, fine, and I formed a giant alliance of people who tag police cars. And that's just my life, you know, I had a different direction. In a way, it helped.
It does.
My lore gets more interesting by the moment. I had to start kind of a basis for a fan wiki just because so many things have happened on my timeline that I'm just like, I probably need to write this down somewhere.
I'm actually in the process of like coming up with ways to dispense out Proxy's lore in a way that's more like an ARG than it is a wiki.
That sounds cool. I like that.
And it's like, because Proxy is ultimately a piece of malware that just takes the shape of a cat because the way that she, spreads is through attention.
Of course, it's like anything that's on a computer. It's a grandma trap. Oh, look at this cute little superhero boy. He'll protect my computer. Oh, a happy little monkey man who talks to me. I remember when my family talked to me. Well, that's fine. And then, and then they just download it because it's a cute little thing. And it's like, yeah, this is stealing all of your information.
And it's like...
why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
Oh, no! I'll also say Proxy's maybe a bit more nefarious than that, in that nobody knows where she came from.
I love that.
All you know is that the disc that she was initially... Well, nobody knows who made her. All you know is that the disc she was originally found on was just found covered in blood.
My goodness. Ooh. That's very spooky.
Yeah.
Cameron, to answer your question, I decided to apply for HoloLive the minute I came into being, and they said no. So I was like, all right, well then I'm going to go back to spray painting. And I met some street vandals. They're called the GGs, wonderful folks. And I took them over, and I'm basically spearheading the whole operation, and I run Easy Breezy TV through the garage. Welcome, welcome to my just a mere tiny portion of my bizarre lore.
It's good lore, though.
Yeah, I like it. I feel at home here.
Yeah. Like, Proxy's lore starts off dark and ends up, like, really good, like, really sweet, because it's like, now she has realized she liked talking with people enough that it's like, well, okay, if I have to subsist off of attention, I may as well also, try to entertain people.
I mean, that's fair. Like,
make them feel safe.
I'm definitely kind of the living example of just like the weird kind of existential, kind of feeling of existing, because for me, and the reason I tend to get kind of tongue-tied when talking about Wife City is because I was actually ripped out of Bree Wife City's brain. There was an issue with the VR helmet. That absolute bimbo went ahead and plugged in the Oculus Rift with the wire the wrong way, and I think I randomly found your channel. Oh, well, hey, there you go.
Oh, hey.
But like, But just what happened was that ripped her out, and I don't know, like my understanding is that Bree had vital signs and she was still alive, but she was just like no personality, blacked out, like her eyes were rolled in the back of her head. But it's funny, Kirby actually brought that out, was going to stream some Kirby, but then like, I mean, I was told that I was just lying on the floor, but I was just like in this dark abyss of nothingness, and I had no form and no real shape of any kind, and I was like, oh no. But I figured out how to open up a text file and contact my wife and be like, hey, Jay, what's happening? What's going on? But I'd been copied onto the computer, so what happened was in order, because, you know, due to natural showmanship, despite this tragedy and trying to figure out how to get me back into a body, I was still going to stream some Kirby Superstar. I wasn't going to not do that. So we managed to throw together a slapdash kind of approximation of me, the earliest model of me, which was a Bree XE, actually, where Breezy came from. And I just streamed it there. The VOD is still up on Wife City, but it was weird getting through that. But here I am. But that was the thing, was once we got Bree back in, I was still files on the F drive. Like, I was still there. And they were like, well, and thankfully they didn't delete me. They were like, okay, you're a living entity. This is an actual like intelligence with feelings and who's like scared and in this computer. We don't want to, you know. So they were just like, fine, we'll give you a platform and you can play the games we don't want to play on the channel. And I was like, hell yeah, cool. But basically, once I managed to have a robot body built, and I managed to purchase it and get me into this beautiful, magnificent android body, I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna go run off and be a VTuber of my own volition. Yeah. Like, start my own damn channel with blackjack and hookers.
Damn, your channel got hookers?
I know, right? Well, it's got hookups.
That's against TOS.
Yeah.
Or at least they keep telling me that.
As long as they don't do hookery things, we're fine. Sorry, hookups. It's got wires. A lot of wires everywhere.
Okay, I thought, okay, no. Here's the thing. People keep saying hookers are against TOS, right? But like, here's the thing. Like, they're perfectly normal things that you use during fishing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no, those are just hooks. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that's true. I like to call them hookers. I like when an object has a name that implies a job. Which I guess that is kind of grossly capitalist, but it's also kind of cute. It's like, this isn't just a weird, rusty, horrid, sharp piece of metal. This is a hook. But if it was a hooker, it's like a vacuumer or a vacuum cleaner. It's just like, oh, this thing's doing a thing. That's cool. And I love that.
A toaster.
Yeah, it toasts. It's not a toast or a toastier or a toasting device. It's a toaster. It toasts for you.
All toasters have toast, after all.
It gives your bread flavor. It's doing you a favor at the earliest and most vulnerable part of your day. Between coffee and the toaster, those are your greatest friends. I mean, it's a magical thing. The weird little connections we have with the objects in our life.
Like cats with jobs. Oh, do you mean me?
I know that ain't me. Wish me luck, though. A walkable distance coffee shop to me recently had an opening for, like, just the limited amount of work that I want to do, too. Like, I'm looking for super part-time because my partner is a manager, and I never fucking see her. And if I work for 30 hours a week, I'll never see her again. So, it's like, you know, we're doing okay, but we could use, like, $200 more a week. So I'm like, I'm gonna find something.
Oh, for sure.
I hate her coming home to me, like, you know, I mean, I get stuff done during the day, but, you know, when your hardworking partner comes home to you on the couch, you feel a little like, I don't know.
Oh, I understand that, because, like, up until, like, literally, oh no! Up until, like, literally a few days ago, I was unemployed for the last few months. And
oh, yeah.
It's just like, I don't like the feeling of, like, hi everyone, how's it going? And they're like, we're at work.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I mean, like, you know, people are like, what kind of jobs do you look for? It's like, well, I have a lot of executive dysfunction. I'm not always capable of functioning on a daily basis, depending on the day, and I'm not very good under pressure for long durations of time. So I'm basically cut out for nothing. But what I was doing for years was just driving for Uber. Then I accidentally crashed my car into another car, destroying both of them on impact. And, you know, that was fun. But basically what happened was, like, that was the perfect job for me, as I could work or not as I needed to at will and find my hours. But not really my job anymore. Like, you know, I mean, we don't feel like we really need a car in the city. Oh, god damn me. We don't really feel like we need a car in the city, and even if we did, like, I don't know that I want to do that anymore. Like, driving professionally was tiring and scary, and traffic is dangerous. If that's the thing, like, if you're a famous person, you know, 2 things kill you: heroin and car accidents. I don't do heroin, but I also don't want to be in a car at risk of fatality, like, for 8 hours out of the day. I just don't want it. Like, that was the thing too, was like, it's kind of funny. I had started thinking shortly before that happened, like, what am I gonna do? You know? Like, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life, and I knew that, and I was like, I've been doing this for like 6 years, but I'm like, rideshare is whatever, but the fact that I got out of it alive at this point means I'm pretty lucky. I should move on to the next thing, but now's the time that nature has kindly forced me into figuring that out, which, hey, you know... Sure. If we need to find a positive. Yeah. I'm alive, my brain still kind of works, so hey, lucky go of it. My body's had a rough time through various things that have happened to me and crashed into me, and girl howdy, I'm still here and I still mostly function. My brain is no dumber than it started, and my bones they're all still here. And look at me go. Lucky girl.
Definitely.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm here. That's what matters.
Exactly. Like, all we can do is our best to stay here and just, like, continue living our best lives. Oh, fucking damn it!
Oh no! Well, you've got the window here to win.
Alright. The window.
The window.
Oh my fucking Christ.
Oh no. I'm gonna steal those stars too. I did it! Yay, I got all the stars! I'm back, how's Kirby? Magumbo, it's going wonderfully.
This has been a lot of fun.
I'm so glad to hear that. That makes me really happy.
Same.
How'd we do? I think you still beat me. What happened?
Let's take a look.
Hey, you did it!
Like I said, it was gonna be close.
Proxy wins! Woohoo! I'm firing all Alright, well, hey, oh my god, why don't I go ahead and bring this back? It's getting to be that time, I guess. Let's go ahead and bring this back around to the little closing out screen here, and I'll move over to my chair here, if I just move this on over yonder. Ah, I'm big! Everyone, thank you so much for coming by. Proxy, thank you so much for coming in and joining me on this game. This is a happy little game that I have loved for many, many years, and it was such a delight getting to play it with you.
Same here. Thank you for having me.
Anytime you want to hop on in and play whatever. Also, feel free to give like a full explanation of yourself to chat while I shout you out yet again.
Oh, sure,
Ow,
sure.
my head.
Oh, hello. Over on my channel, I play handheld games on hardware, and I do literally mean everything I play is off of hardware, whether that be Switch, whether that be DS, whether that be 3DS, Vita, PSP, even the fucking N-Gage, because I've got goddamn 5 of those. If you want to see long plays of the strange world of handheld games, hey, I'm your girl. Come on in and stop by the Cat Cafe sometime.
I think you'll really love it. As I have said, she is one of my favorite VTubers of all time. So, I'm gonna see who the hell's on Twitch. Aw, I do my best. Who's on Twitch right now? Oh, Easy Breezy's on Twitch. That'd be great. Let's go to, is there anyone I know? Zoe is streaming. Let's go to Zoe.
Let's do it.
At Boyadero, which I will have to copy, and because if I think I'm gonna spell that right, I've got another thing coming. But I'll do, I'll do my best. We're gonna make this happen. At Boyadero. I can do this. I can make it happen. Let's do a raid, and then
Playing Hitman.
Boy, we got patience, everyone. We've got this. DOI.
Santa.
Adero. I know how to spell. I'm smart. There we go.
Sneaky Santa.
Everyone, go say hi and give a follow down to Zoe, long time friend of my partner and more recent really good friend of mine as well. Really good place to hang out and do whatever they're doing right now. But take care of yourselves, take care of each other, have a wonderful day, and
Raid! Shadow Legends.